now. Get it right back. I think, well, it's okay. We got
Backsies, right? That's we used to call it back in camp. I call backsies. I'll take it back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
Is there a specific baseball from Mary, or did you use any specific baseball?
Yeah, no, I never got that. I don't have a lot of stuff, but my big one is, well, we had the Mutt Cut cars. There were two of those. My brother got one and I got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That car existed?
Yes. Oh, yeah. The Mutt Cut vehicles. And I picked my daughter up once in high school in it. And
did not.
She was humiliated. She was so, like, all the kids were running over and looking at it. She was like a freshman. The last thing she wants is any kind of attention. And I had just gotten it fixed. And it was taken to my house, so I was picking her up. I thought this would be funny. She didn't find it funny at all. She's still mad at me about it.
But it's an iconic film.
I know. Yeah, I end up. I gave that to my friend Tom Kartsotis because anyway, Tom's a good friend of mine, and he started Shinola.
Oh, wow. You love it right now.
I'm wearing one.
Did you get one?
Me
too.
Get
your watch fixed?
I did get my watch fixed.
Yeah.
I got one.
Great watch. But he was a good friend, and he is a good friend. So, he has it. I think he put it in his house, parked it in the basement somehow.
That's what happens when you create Shinola. The movie is called Balls Up, available now for streaming on Prime Video. Mark Wahlberg, Paul Walter Hauser, Molly Shannon, Benjamin Bratt, Sacha Baron Cohen, directed by this man, Peter Farrelly. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. I love it. I love coming here.
That's the way we send you to the weekend. Rich Eisen here. For small businesses, every hire counts, and so does your time. Hiring can quickly become overwhelming, from sorting applications to figuring out who's truly qualified. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps. It streamlines the process so you can focus on connecting with the right candidates, not managing the noise. Hire right the first time. Post your job and get $100 off towards your job post at linkedin.com/Eisen. That's linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
This is a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes. East Carolina Baseball has announced schedule changes to their series with Wichita State due to the threat of inclement weather. Saturday's first pitch has been moved up to 3 o'clock, and game time on Sunday will be at 11 a.m. Tonight's game time remains at 6 o'clock. Pitt Community College Baseball will be on the road this weekend as they travel to take on Southeastern College Whiteville for a 3-game series. Tommy Eason's ball club is 23-11 overall, 21-10 in conference play, and are coming off a 16-5 win over rival Lenoir Community College on Wednesday. The Rams are 5-34 overall, 4-26 in the conference, and are coming off a 11-1 loss to Brunswick Community College. The doubleheader on Saturday begins at noon, and the series wraps up on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And Pitt Community College softball will be home this weekend as they host Richard Bland College for a 3-game series as well. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes.
The 2026 Mac Bear Hodges Music Festival is back on April 25th starting at 3:30 p.m. Join us for a night of river, rhythm, and blues, all in the heart of downtown Washington. From incredible bands to great food, cold drinks, and good vibes all day long, this is the event you don't want to miss. Bring your friends, bring your family, and come experience the sound, energy, and the legacy of the ultimate ECU Pirate fan, Mac Bear Hodges. Mark your calendar and make plans now. The 2026 Mac Bear Hodges Music Festival, where the music lives on.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Bird. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street is open 7 days a week. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
Play ball! Greenville, it's time to play ball. The Greenville Yard Gnomes are back and tickets are on sale now. Bring the whole family out for big hits, wild promotions, and non-stop fun all night long. From fireworks to theme nights, every game is an experience you don't want to miss. Cold drinks, great food, and the best atmosphere in town. Don't wait till it's sold out. Grab your seats now. Get your tickets today at yardgnomesbaseball.com or at the box office.
Attention, Eastern Carolina. 360 Golf Carts just received a massive delivery of 40 new golf carts, and they're going fast. Right now, owner Brian Harris is celebrating with a special sale event, giving you the chance to upgrade and save big on your next ride. But hurry, with 40 carts and the best prices, they won't last long. 360 Golf Carts on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. Proud part of Pirates supporting Pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Line drive into right center field. Burris around third. He'll tie the game. Herring gets to third base. RBI single by Austin Irby.
This is the Pirate Nation, and we are Pirates because all you have to do to get anybody excited here is go, Purple!
You guys are rocking. The city's awesome, and I love you guys.
Sumo Kongbe hit, driven back, ECU standing tall.
The biggest thing about Pirate Nation is we kind of get it for as small a community as we are. We really get everybody involved.
Y'all are intimidating guys. I'm saying y'all are famous. Y'all are celebrity type guys, and that's intimidating.
We never lose a tailgate. That's the one thing. Undefeated.
Go Pirates! Yeah.
Live from the First Flight Credit Union Studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio Studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, pr927fm.com. The Pirate Radio app is powered by Carolina Caliber and YouTube, Pirate Radio TV, rocking and rolling here on this Friday. Come by, say hello. How you feeling about ECU's baseball weekend against Wichita State? What are you looking forward to seeing at the spring game? Will you be going to the spring game coming up on Saturday? You fired up for Hurricanes playoff hockey, Hornets play-in basketball. A lot going on. NFL draft next week. So we'll talk about it all here on this Friday show. Coming up in hour number one, Brian North will join us to hit all those sports topics and talk about what's going on in the world of sports locally and beyond. We'll talk to our guy, Rahjai Harris. Rahjai suffered a leg injury. He is done for the UFL season, had surgery yesterday. We'll get an update on that, check in, see how surgery went, and see how his spirits are after his injury. Rahjai coming up at the end of hour number one. Taylor Eldridge covers Wichita State athletics. We talked some basketball with him, I believe, last year. We'll talk some baseball with him today, get a scouting report on the Shockers. That's coming up at 4 o'clock. After that, Tony Dunn, less than a week away from the NFL draft, will get his final thoughts on the Panthers and hit some other topics as well in the NFL with Tony Dunn. And our old friend Zack Maskavich going to join us on the show in hour 3. He works with WESH in Orlando. It's the Magic and the Hornets. We talked to Zack hour or so ago. He was just done watching Magic shoot around and actually talked to their head coach, and they seem to have a lot of issues going on right now. We'll see if the Hornets can take advantage of that tonight when they play the Magic in the play-in game. And Morgan Ahlers is going to join us on the show as well. I believe Morgan will be on the PA mic for the spring game. He usually is, so we'll talk about that and more coming up on today's show. Shirley Rhodes is here. We got Wes Hines putting in the work back there in the background. Intern Mackay in the house. We got intern Zach Lewis. And to my left, Jared Watkins, also known as J-Bone. Hello, Jared.
What's up, Clip? How you doing?
We are doing great here on a Friday.
Yeah, life is wonderful. Life is amazing. Playing basketball is awesome.
For now.
I've enjoyed all the other games as well.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, if we lose tonight, I'll be sitting there for Warriors Suns.
Really?
Enjoying that.
Really? I won't.
Really?
If the Hornets lose tonight, I don't know the next NBA game I'll watch.
I mean, it's wall-to-wall coverage for me.
I could say that if the Hornets lose tonight, I probably won't watch a full basketball game the rest of the way. Obviously, I'll look at highlights. I'll check box scores.
Yeah.
If it's close with 3:30 left, I'll check it out. But, and you know what? Maybe what I need to do, Jared, is put out a future. The last 2 years I've done this, and I'm pretty sure my teams have gotten swept the last 2 years.
I think you had the Lakers last year or something.
I had them. I had the KD. Who did he play for before the Rockets?
The Suns.
I had the Suns.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they got swept. So I need to find a team to put a future on. We'll talk about that in hour 2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can direct me on where to go there. Let's check in with the chat gang. Jerry says, I'm back. He also says, hello. We are the PRL chat gang. Steve says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
It is WrestleMania week.
Yeah.
And I will not be watching that at all because I don't have. I've got ESPN. I've got ESPN2. I got ESPN Plus. I got ESPN Deportes. I got ESPN News.
You're on a radio station that airs ESPN.
I have ESPN Radio.
Yeah.
What the hell is this other ESPN?
It's like ESPN Unlimited.
Unlimited Platinum Plus.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Prime.
It's terrible.
I can't do it. I'm tapped out. I've got too many things. I'm not going to do it. So I will be missing the WrestleMania festivities.
So will I, but I hope they enjoy their time in Las Vegas, the home of Fernando Mendoza, come next Thursday.
Jamie says, hey now.
Hey now.
I touched Jamie earlier today.
I shook his hand.
He was in the Pirate Radio studios.
I want to shake his hand.
Yeah.
He and his son. And you know what? I don't know his son's name.
Logan? Maybe.
Jamie, what's your boy's name? If you don't mind sharing. But they came by. They are going to catch some baseball tonight and tomorrow night. And great to have them join us in the First Flight Credit Union studios earlier today. Lane's back. He's got a bold prediction. ECU ends the weekend in first place. Now let's take a gander at these American Conference baseball standings. So it is a log jam. There's some 8-win teams, and ECU is in the group with 7-win teams.
Yeah.
Right now, UTSA, UAB have 8 wins. Rice, Wichita, ECU 7. If you beat Rice this weekend, or excuse me, Wichita, obviously you're ahead of them. So we're basically counting on either we sweep or one of those other teams has to get swept.
Yeah, I think we're looking at 2 wins.
2 minimum.
Yeah. I think,
minimum.
I think sweep has a good chance, but safe pick, go 2.
Minimum. But that's a bold prediction, and I like it, Lane. I like it. He also says it's going to be awesome. Awesome. Lane like saying awesome. We've got Chad saying bang, bang, chat gang.
Bang, bang.
He asks, I thought Zach asked the stupidest question of all time earlier, but Chad says, hold my beer. What are you watching tonight, Hornets or SmackDown?
What a stupid question.
Chad, if you weren't
Clearly we're watching SmackDown.
physically bigger than me, I would smack you down.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Couldn't tell you the last time I watched SmackDown.
Me neither.
But
What channel is SmackDown on?
I
was going to say Fox.
USA?
Is it not on Fox?
I have no idea.
Mackay? SmackDown? No? Wes, what channel is SmackDown on? Wes says Fox.
Okay.
What channel? Have you been on my computer?
What channel is NASCAR on today? I believe either FS1 or the CW for the truck race.
SmackDown is currently on the USA Network, available on Peacock.
Wow.
Wes says no.
No.
All right, hey, folks, if you're looking for SmackDown, tune into Fox tonight. If it's not on, just keep waiting. Wes
No
says,
chance in hell.
no chance in hell. Wes says it'll be on. It'll be on.
He's going to Google it like you just did.
Jared, that is a great example. I'm sorry about how dumb you NASCAR fans are.
What?
A popular search, I guess, is what channel is NASCAR on today?
Well,
fans just do it throughout the week.
Well, the truck and cup races are on Fox stations, and the O'Reilly series is on CW. So, I mean, there could be some confusion.
Fair. All right. I will be watching the Hornets, Chad. Yeah. The son's name is Logan.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, he shook my hand and said, hey, I'm Logan. I said, what's up? Nice to meet you.
You weren't very confident.
It's been a long week.
Chad said, let's see what happens when I come in next week. I just said, Chad, if you weren't physically opposing, I would smack you down. You are, so I'm not.
Yeah. Will you be watching any ECU baseball?
Me?
Yeah.
Some, yes.
Some. Luke Payne starting on the mound tonight.
A lot, no.
Mm-hmm.
But you talking about tonight?
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing a lot of checking, a lot of following. All right, Wes, what we got here?
I guess you win.
Well, it's not a competition; it's just a factoid.
Yeah, that shows you how long it's been since I've actually watched an actual
exactly.
WWE.
Same with me.
Because I don't appreciate the fact that they've got everything on ESPN when I'm using the streaming service. I don't use ESPN.
Preach.
Okay, so nah, don't.
Will you be watching WrestleMania?
If it's only on ESPN, no.
I do know the first hour of both nights will be on ESPN2.
Okay.
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 But that don't give you to the main event, so no.
Yeah, no, that'll probably
if it did, that would be
right,
crazy.
That'll probably be one match.
Now the question is, the Hall of Fame. When is that?
Isn't that usually on Friday night?
Couldn't tell you.
It's normally right after SmackDown, but I don't know what time it's actually going to air. That's what I want to know.
Friday, April 17th, Nevada, starting at 9
Pacific, midnight
Eastern.
Yeah, that's exactly
following
what they did
SmackDown.
That's what they did last year.
Wait, so they do it live? Which I guess it's only 9 there, so it's not terrible. But
yeah.
All right.
On what platform though?
Yeah, it's on streaming on the ESPN app and YouTube internationally.
Whatever.
Wes, stop giving out bad information.
What?
Peacock. You're just naming the wrong.
I mean, I would have thought it would have been Peacock.
I mean, who doesn't want to see Dennis Rodman getting dunked into the WWE Hall of Fame?
Who we got? Demolition, Sid, Bad News Brown, and Dennis Rodman as well.
Stephanie McMahon, AJ Styles.
Stephanie McMahon. Why do they put themselves in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
That is so Vince McMahon. I thought he was done with this. All right, Wes. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too.
All right.
But the odd thing with baseball, so Luke Payne's starting tonight. Saturday is a TBA. Sunday has normally been TBA.
When is Ethan Norby pitching?
TBA.
All right.
I'm assuming tomorrow, but maybe not, since it's TBA.
Pike points out we do have some news. Hello, Pike. Regarding the baseball schedule. Saturday and Sunday times have been moved. Saturday has been moved up to 3 o'clock. And Sunday will start bright and early at 11 a.m.
Yeah, not expecting a big crowd Sunday with that time change.
Shirley, before we get to our first break, yesterday on the show, we had Carter Cunningham. Great chat. I pointed out how his power numbers were up. His strikeout numbers outrageously up last year.
Wow.
He said he, first of all, thanked me for reading those stats. But went out and played a baseball game last night. Let's hear what he and AMAC did.
1 ball and 1 strike to Cunningham with 1 out. Pitch is lined in the air out into right field. Going back is Ballou, and that one's gone. Rivera gives up a 2-run homer here in the 9th inning. It's now tied at 5.
Clutch.
As I said, you don't walk the guy in front of the guy that can hurt you. And Rivera just learned the hard way as Cunningham with his 5th home run of the season.
Rodriguez deals to the lefty. This one's high. This one's deep. Powell can go back and watch it all the way out of here. 424 wasn't deep enough for AMAC. How about 430 to dead center field? And the dash explode for another 3 runs, make it 6 in the inning.
Brandon Manning, that was for you. Alec Makarevich home run. Carter Cunningham last night, I didn't know it was a clutch bomb, too, to tie it in the 9th. A dinger for Carter, 3 strikeouts.
Swinging dingers.
But as he said yesterday, the Blue Jays don't care.
What are you supposed to do, man? I mean, hey, swing the bat.
That's going to be something I look at now.
As long as he's not striking out looking. I don't really think it matters.
I don't know if he was swinging or looking. But nah, that's awesome. We talked to Carter yesterday. One of the easiest guys to talk to ever. And we really enjoyed that conversation. Check it out if you missed it from Thursday's Pirate Radio Live. And congratulations to him. 3 in 3 games, Shirley. Is that right? 3-game home run streak going. Wow. Carter Cunningham. That's awesome. See if we can keep it rolling tonight. All right, let's take a break. When we return, more to go. Pirate Radio Live. We will talk to Brian North, talk spring game, baseball, and more. Back with you. Pirate Radio Live on a Friday after this.
Pirate Fest is back, presented by the City of Greenville and the Downtown Greenville Partnership. Come experience all the family fun Saturday, April 25th in downtown Greenville on 1st Street. It's all happening 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. with a variety of food, drinks, and unique vendors. Plus, of course, pirates. And you can enjoy awesome music from September, the top Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band in the country, and spare change. And as always, our entertainment is free. It's legendary. It's award-winning. It's Pirate Fest. April 25th, downtown Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's your Pirate Cyclist Tony, inviting you to join us in Greenville's 21st annual Ride of Silence on May 20th at 6 p.m. starting from the Greenville Bicycle Company located on Clark Street. This ride honors cyclists who have been involved in accidents in the past year while riding their bikes. The ride will be a slow 10-mile event with a police escort, and riders are required to wear helmets. For more information, please visit the Greenville Bicycle Company Facebook page, and we'll see you on May 20th.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you, humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
Get ready, because Honda has equipped the 2026 CB750 Hornet with the E-Clutch, delivering stall-free starts in traffic and full-power quick shifts up and down when you want to wake it up. A torquey 755cc parallel twin delivers arm-stretching acceleration with Street Fighter style built to stand out. Visit Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville, and experience the 2026 Honda CB750 Hornet E-Clutch. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and night protection. Honda motorcycles are for riders 16 years and older.
The time to save is now during the massive store closing liquidation at Bostic Sugg Furniture. After 89 years in business, they're closing their doors forever. Now, additional discounts have been taken on all remaining Serta mattresses. Every Serta mattress in every size and comfort level, all priced to sell immediately. You'll never ever see Serta mattresses at such drastically low prices again. Hurry to the massive store closing liquidation at Bostic Sugg Furniture, 2115 East Fire Tower Road in Greenville. See store for details.
Ready to take the road less traveled? This April, get behind the wheel of a new 2026 Subaru Outback Premium at Capital Subaru of Greenville. Lease it now for $365 a month for 36 months. That's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive, or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Proud official partner of the ECU Pirates. Price does not include licensing costs or registration fees. See dealer for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2026.
This is Mac McCarthy, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive, and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Right on the corner and always right on the price at Doug Henry of Greenville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Steve Hill says, Michelle McCool. Now, is that who's married to Taker? She's attractive.
Yeah.
He's not very attractive.
No.
Sorry, Mark.
I don't like the way he looks.
Thank you, Jennings, for explaining that. Michelle McCool getting in while Sid is relegated to the legacy wing tells us all we need to know about the WWE Hall of Fame, according to Steve Hill. Steve, let me read off some names to you, because that sounds like that's grinding your gears. Here's some other WWE Hall of Famers: Arnold Schwarzenegger, Donald Trump, Drew Carey, Kid Rock, Mike Tyson, Backus Broken, Mr. T, Pete Rose, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Calvin Brodus, Ozzy Osbourne, William Shatner. You're upset about Michelle McCool being in, and those people are in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, Mike Tyson and Mr. T makes sense. They actually stepped in the ring, but
no, it doesn't make sense. This is all carny. That you got Stephanie McMahon. Is she inducting herself into the Hall of Fame? I would be a little more upset about those people going in than actual wrestlers, but you brought up a good point. Dennis Rodman going into the and I get that they purchased WCW, but he never wrestled in the WWE.
Never stepped foot.
Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid, which one was he in WWF? But he was a WWF wrestler and WCW. His son, by the way, was on
Big Brother.
Frank, yeah. All right, so anyway. Let's get to the Turner Home Team Live line and talk to Brian North, who joins us to talk football, baseball, a lot going on here in April. North, how you doing, man?
Good, Clipper. Enjoying a gorgeous weekend. Not going to have rain, so we might as well
Beautiful sunshine and great weather for spring football, Little League baseball, college baseball, whatever you name it, outdoors. Looks like we're going to have it.
And I am reminded, I get the post-March Madness blues because it kind of runs, football season to then you get into basketball and then the NCAA tournament, and then it's a bit of a bummer in the sports world. But I am reminded, coming off the Masters, now we've got NHL, NBA playoffs. We've got the spring game. I'll be at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium coming up on Saturday. Always great to be out at Dowdy, so that'll be exciting. Got ECU baseball, got all those other things you mentioned. So very, very sneaky good sports time of the year here in mid-April.
Yeah, it's time. People start to catch up on their own lives. This is river time of year, boat time of year, beach time of year. And but yeah, you can still sneak some sports in. You don't have the marquee events that everybody focuses in on or goes to, but you do have everybody's kind of got that outdoor cabin fever. Let's get outside and enjoy it, and there's certainly a lot of opportunities this weekend to also get your sports fixed in.
I might say this every year from here on out, Brian, but it feels like the least I know about an ECU football team heading into a spring game ever, and that might just continue to be the trend with the way it is now. But we've had our cameras out there during spring. I've been to a few interview sessions here and there, and we got a chance to talk to the assistant coaches on Monday. But again, that was a little rushed, and they didn't really dive too much into the details out there. So a ton of question marks surrounding it. It will be nice to see players in ECU uniforms out there on the field tomorrow, and especially our first look really at the quarterbacks that they brought in this offseason.
So, most sports fans, I'd say my estimation is 80% of sports fans are not diehard. They only care about the name on the front of the jersey. And they're lucky to know the head coach's name and maybe your starting quarterback or a star or two. And so for even a guy like you and me now, Clippy, as we get older, we invest. We have other things going on in our lives. Yeah. We don't invest knowing who the third-string quarterback for Fresno State is anymore. And so you throw in the transfer portal, and it's harder and harder to develop the relationships and the stories with these guys through the way we do our job. So I can imagine what it's like for fans who have to try to keep up, and it takes a lot of energy to keep learning everybody's story, and when you turn it over so quickly now, it makes it tougher. But having said that, college sports are as popular as ever because people care about the name on the front of the jersey. So while you and I figure out who looks better at quarterback and second-string running back, and great to see Michael Allen back from J.H. Rose and the wide receiver room and all those things, most people are just happy that it's just a sign of spring football ending. They have a reason to cook their pigs in the overnight hours tonight. And then, we'll really jump into it come that first weekend of September when they play.
Brian North joining us. Brian, as all your years as sports director at WCTI 12, what was your relationship, and was there any responsibility to you covering the Charlotte Hornets? I mean, they are pretty irrelevant, I would say, for a lot of the folks. Even in this part of the state, they have been irrelevant for NBA fans, unfortunately, for a long time. Now they do have some national relevancy. They're being talked about on the shows, on the podcast, on things like that, because they're a young, exciting team with some budding superstars. But before we talk about like what they are now, how about since you've moved to North Carolina, and have you felt like you were obligated to show a Hornets highlight every now and then, or did it not matter at all to you and the audience?
When I got here in 1998, they were still kind of hot, right? They still had Alonzo Mourning and Grandmama, or they were at least coming off of that.
Well, even in that era, they had like Glenn Rice, and they had good players. They were going to the playoffs pretty much every year.
Yeah,
at that point,
they were good. And in that time of sportscasting, we still would cover national stuff. We'd put national scoreboards on with NBA and Major League Baseball. And so, yeah, we would show the Hornets. And, of course, they left and went to New Orleans. Then there was a year or two without them. And then there was the horrendous Bobcats. And we tried to cover the Bobcats. I did go to a game to cover them. And then there was the Michael Jordan relationship there. And so the obligation through the years has lessened.
Yeah.
I think we always used to show Hornets highlights, but then we've lessened through the years, and with them not being as relevant. And I've always made this point, of all the major league franchises in North Carolina, they're the least relevant. I think it has to do with the name. I've always said Charlotte, I think, isolates them, where if you're Carolina, people tend to gravitate a little more towards it. But then it was never, people around here never seem to want to talk that much about them. Even the Hurricanes, a lot, maybe because they're closer, but people seem to embrace the Hurricanes a lot more. And they won a Stanley Cup and all that. And, of course, the Panthers have always been desirable. But now that they're getting good again, and it helps that Kobe White is playing for them, a Goldsboro guy, we can connect to that. But mostly when we showed Hornets, it was because one of our guys was coming back to play in Charlotte. So it wanes through the years, but when they win and more people talk about them, then we in turn will show more highlights because the interest is there. Otherwise, it's a clickable moment. People turn the channel or turn off the sports when they see that because they don't care.
Yeah. Kobe White went nuclear at the end of the third the other night and then had the big shot at the end of regulation as well. It'll be Hornets and Magic going on tonight, winner taking on Detroit. You mentioned the Hurricanes, much easier trip down the road, and as you said, has a little bit more of an interest level among everybody in the East due to, I would say, their winning and due to their location. You or Luke or anybody going to make it to some playoff games this postseason?
I think Luke has the fever. He's going to try to get there. And I think it goes back to, we talked about what is in Eastern North Carolina, what's the culture around here. And I think the Hurricanes kind of embrace that, right? Hockey in itself is more of a team sport, anonymous. It's not the look at me sort of stuff. It's just the team-oriented thing. And the NBA can sometimes be a little standoffish to more of the Eastern North Carolina fans. So I've always thought the embrace of hockey around here took me by surprise at first, but I understand it because it kind of fits the culture here. And so we see a lot of Hurricane flags and stickers when we're driving around ENC. And so we know there's a lot of interest around here. So, yes, we will definitely be keeping our finger on the pulse of the Hurricanes and making the trip up there when we can. And, look, the Hornets, now that we think there's more interest, but we're going to see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
But I really think the Hurricanes culture has really taken a hold here, and that is worth our coverage time, yes.
We've talked about the difference during this chat, Brian, about the diehards and the kind of novice sports fans. And for the novice fans, although I'm becoming more on the other side of this, but for the novice fans, hey, the Hurricanes are in the playoffs. Let's watch. Let's enjoy. For the diehards, it's, all right, y'all need to win a Stanley Cup here, or at least go to one, because this is they're the 90s Braves. They do great in the regular season every year. They have the third longest winning streak all time when it comes to winning a series in consecutive seasons, Brian, in the playoffs, and the longest active streak in that. So they are at least winning a series and moving on. But there has been a trip up in the Eastern Conference Final. Again, for the diehards, the ones I talked to say they need to make it at least to the Stanley Cup Final this year for this to be a successful season.
Never have won the number one seed in the Eastern Conference before, but they've done that this year. And so that helps with home ice advantage. And just like, and I can make a comparison to like ECU baseball. You're good for a while, but everybody wants a step forward.
Yeah.
This season, they want to build on the previous season, and when they don't, you get a little frustrated. And I think for the diehard Hurricanes fans, that's where they are. They win a Stanley Cup in 2006, coming off the lockout, and the rules had changed, and the Hurricanes hit it for one season. And then they went in the tank for a whole bunch of them.
For a decade, yeah.
Yeah, then they climbed back out of it, and okay, this is great. But now, how many years has it been? Like 6-7 years now. Rod Brindamore's been there, 8 years, and now they want to start climbing out of that. Now they want to pay off. And so, the diehards are saying, we've been here, done that. Now, where's the cup? And so I get it because everybody wants to advance and get better every year. In sports, that's not always the reality.
And while you bring ECU baseball to the table, Brian, the diehard Pirate fans not pleased with how that season has gone thus far. And again, you can be a victim of your own success. Cliff Godwin has been awesome here, obviously, at East Carolina, but 22-15-1 and 7-5 in conference, not good enough for the people who expect more. And hopefully they can go on a little streak here. Got Wichita State this weekend, and we'll play Old Dominion coming up Tuesday. Two big conference weeks coming up with Wichita and USF. And we'll see if the Pirates can turn it on here mid to late April.
I always enjoyed the savviness of the two-time academic All-American Cliff Godwin and how he's able to sneak in on his post-game interviews or other interviews that he does. They still have a 36 RPI, and they're not going to make excuse for injuries. which means, he's telling you that they have injuries.
And big ones and brutal ones. Yeah.
Correct. And that is a big part of it. And he also sneaks in talking about the portal and how it's going to shorten the lives of longtime coaches in all sports. And so I just find these little hidden subliminal messages that, look, I've known Cliff a long time, and it's not like he's just pulling these out of the back of his head. Like, these are things that he is putting in there, he's planting in there, but they're truths. And I don't have a problem with him doing it, but he is savvy enough to understand the pulse of where Pirate fans are, and sometimes they have to look at each individual situation. And injuries are a big part of sports, and you can't predict those. No one can predict injuries, and having to deal with them is a whole other animal. So yes, they're dealing with that. Look, the inconsistency is driving him nuts. I get that too.
Yeah.
And I know the portal drives him nuts because he had a way of doing things that was successful, and now he's got to change those around, and he does not like doing it. He is, but he doesn't like it. It's not why he got into the coaching part of it. And you can see the fight and the frustration that's there when he's having to learn all these new guys and break them in and try to teach them the Pirate way, which in the old school days, that took 3 to 4 years to learn. And now, you're trying to microwave all that stuff, and that's never been his favorite thing. But having said all that, they're still in the position to do what they need to do to accomplish what they need to accomplish. They just have to find some of that consistency in the last third of the season.
All right, Brian, I'm going to give you a pop quiz, and it can turn into a homework assignment if you don't have any answers for me. But NFL draft next Thursday, any in-state guys from college, any local guys that went off to college, anybody we should be following? Any names pop off your head to watch in this year's NFL draft?
Yeah, nothing that is that I would say, oh yeah, it could be a second day guy or third. No, I knew this years ago. We were going to go through this little bit of a lull here where we didn't have a lot of D1 guys, and now you're looking at guys who are playing the extra year, like a Michael Allen, and so. But no, we don't have anybody this year. But after that, we're going to start picking things up again.
All right.
Kazim Moore out of West Craven, who went to Elon and transferred to UVA, did enter his name in the draft, or he is in the draft. I don't know if he's going to get drafted. I have not seen any buzz about that. But he's a guy I think that will get invited to a camp as a free agent tryout. But that's about the only one.
Where's the Washington kid that went to Duke, and then did he transfer? Where is he at? Who's that, North?
Terry Moore transferred to Ohio State this year for a lot of money.
And he'll be playing college football?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And he is just got named as a starter in the secondary. Got whatever.
So he's making NFL money, but at Ohio State.
Yes, that's 1 year, and he's coming back now. Remember, he missed all of this last season at Duke because of the injury that he suffered in the bowl game, and so he played the portal perfectly. He is getting paid a lot of money because Ohio State can do that.
Yeah.
Play 1 year there, and if he stays healthy, he'll be a guy that you'll see called in the NFL draft a year from now.
Brian North joining us, Turner Home Team Live Line North. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. And we will talk to you again next week, man. Enjoy the chat.
All right, Clipper, you enjoy that vitamin D too, and enjoy the spring game.
There it is. Brian North, myself, and Chan Man will be in the box. J-Bone.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is going to be on the field?
Zach will be on the field for probably the first half, depending on how long that goes.
You got baseball.
And then Chandler will come down in the second half to the field.
Sounds good. We'll be covering that, so make sure you are logged into our Facebook, Instagram, X. We'll have, obviously, pictures, videos, and hopefully a bevy of post-spring game interviews.
Yeah, Blake Harrell and 2 selected players.
Man. Gets lower and lower every year, seems like. Really? I asked Brandon Best the other night at Sports Trivia when he was going to be put out in front of the media, and he said hopefully soon. So maybe we'll talk to the O-lineman. I told him Bryce Weaver did a good job when we talked to him last scrimmage, and he said they went out to a Special Olympics event, I think at Conley, and they were picking on Bryce Weaver because everybody was like chanting his name, and he's like the little local hero. But cool to see Brandon Best, a couple of Pirates out at Sports Trivia at OTs on Wednesday night. Good young men. Kenny says only 21 weekends till East Carolina at Alabama.
Kenny, calm down.
One way to look at it.
Yeah, it's going to come quickly.
Let's take a break. Pike has a TV question. that we will get to, and we will hear from Rahjai Harris. And we'll check in with Rahjai. Really, really bummed about his injury news, but he'll let us know how things are going out in Texas when we return after this timeout.
A new feature menu has arrived at Basil's in Greenville. Basil's new specialty menu is full of great favorable dishes like roast beef melt, creamy beef ziti, chicken hibachi pizza, apple strudel pizza, plus $4.50 margaritas every Tuesday and $3 North Carolina craft beers on Wednesday. Basil's regular menu and favorites are always available for lunch and dinner. Eat local, drink local at Basil's, your community restaurant and pizzeria on Fire Tower Road in Greenville. Basil's, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Hey Pirates, it's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. It's time for bats, balls, and turkey calls. Working on that grand slam? Swing into turkey season with a perfect shotgun to knock that gobbler out of the park. Brite, Mossberg, Weatherby, Savage, Beretta, Rossi, CVA, and Browning, you name it, we've got it. Choose from the largest selection in Eastern NC. We'll make you blow fans away. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planting your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville has the best deal ever on Ram trucks. During the Declaration of Deals sales event, get a special finance rate of 2.9% that can be used with already fantastic factory rebates. For example, you can choose up to $11,000 off and 2.9% for 72 months, or get $5,000 off with 0% for 60 months. So if you've been thinking about a new Ram truck, now is the time at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. And how about the 26 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Save up to $6,000 on America's most awarded SUV. Or lease a new Grand Cherokee for only $429 per month. Or take the top off and enjoy the sun with a 2026 Jeep Wrangler. Save up to $7,000 on a 26 Jeep Wrangler, or lease one for only $329 per month.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, and $39.99 due at signing. Tax, tags, and $8.99 admin fee not included.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides Help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Pike, stick around. I want to answer your question and help you out with your the woman you're talking to. But right now, we got to get to the Turner Home Team live line and talk to our guy, number 47, Rahjai Harris. Some bad news. Had an injury, surgery yesterday. But Rahjai, we appreciate you joining us. You hanging in there, man?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, man. How you doing?
Hey, we're doing all right this way. We are obviously sad to see the news of your injury and love talking football with you, but real life gets in the way sometimes. So here we are. So just kind of update people, Rahjai. You said you were going to have surgery on Thursday. How'd that go? Did it go as planned? Everything all right now?
Yep, man. Everything's good, man. It's definitely a blessing, man, just to be where my feet is right now, man. Just to be able to say I have played professional ball, man. I'm still up here around. The team still want me around. The head coach still want me around, man. So it's definitely a blessing, man, just to be exactly where I'm at. Unfortunately, man, out for the season with the ACL on the other leg, man. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I've been through it before. I know how to attack it. And adversity is just something that's going to come through life. So I hate to have to raise my daughter up until I quit something because I went through a little something. So, man, I'm just going to continue to fight each and every day and chase that 1%, my guy.
Man, yeah, something that is not foreign to you. You've been through this before and came out on the other side stronger and better. And, obviously hoping we can do that again. What happened with the injury, Rahjai? Is it one of those where, like, you kind of knew right away?
Yeah, it was second quarter. Got like a minute left on the clock. We had ran like a little power play, and we had ran a stretch play like NC State, like the NC State run. I came to the line of scrimmage, man. Literally no one was there. The safety was about 10 yards back, so it was probably going to be a home run type run, but unfortunately, my leg got stuck. My left leg got stuck, and I don't know if you remember how Keaton's was, how he tore his, the video.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. Like I just hyperextended it. But, man, as soon as I was right there, man, I was trying to move my leg, couldn't really move it. I instantly knew. They did the little testing that they did for my right one, and as soon as he did it, he looked up, and he gave it away basically with that. And, got up. Couldn't really walk off the field, man, and I instantly knew, like, it's over with. You feel what I'm saying? It's over. He got in the tent. He asked me did I know what was going on, and I told him, yeah, and got an X-ray and everything like that, man. And they basically just told me what it was. Told me it was the ACL, LCL, but sure, they were telling me basically it could have been worse. You feel what I'm saying, with the injury, how it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm just blessed to be able to go ahead and knock my surgery out. I knocked it out yesterday, man, and shoot, I'm on the road to recovery now.
Man, that's great to hear, and happy to hear that. Rahjai, one of my favorite Redskins early in my football watching life was Terry Allen in the 90s, and you probably don't know that name, but I'm sure your pops does. He was a good running back, but he had major reconstructive surgeries on both knees. It was 1990 left knee, 1993 right knee, and then he had two 1,000-yard rushing seasons a few years later with Washington. And I remember at the time hearing about that, and we just look at athletes as like not even humans at times. And it's like, yeah, of course he did. He ran. But now thinking about that is amazing, and putting the human element on it with yourself. It certainly means a lot more to hear that those are major injuries, major surgeries. But again, you've bounced back with it before, guys have before. So I guess what I'm saying is I think the 1% each day lifestyle you live can get you back going again for sure. And awesome to hear, Rahjai, too, that the team wants you around. No doubt that anybody that's coached you or played with you, and I think even the fans from the outside can see you're a great teammate. So that's cool to hear too.
Definitely, man. It was very good to hear, man. And you could just tell. I was walking off the sideline, man. I've seen coaches on the sideline crying, man. My head coach, receiver coach, running back coach, man. They was all teary eyed, man. And that meant a lot right there, just to show, their emotion towards me. You feel what I'm saying? And then after the game, came up to me, talked to me, and still to this day, man, they reaching out. You feel what I'm saying? My head coach was at the surgery yesterday when I got out.
Wow.
So it's just the small things, man. And, me being able to, just be here and just play ball was something that I told her, and I was really appreciative of.
Yeah.
To not be in South Carolina right now, wondering when my next move was. You feel what I'm saying? They allowed me to stick around on the team and be up here with them, man, even though I can't play. So that just means a lot, man. But, yeah, back what you were saying with the 1%, man, we just got to let it add up. You feel what I'm saying? Make every day count. Gonna have our bad days, man, but I just got to always remember it's 90% mental, 10% physical. So as long as I win a mental game, man, I'll be just fine.
Man, I remember your first comeback at we kind of chronicled it, and just your tenacity at sticking with it. And also you got to be patient too, right? You can't rush it.
Definitely.
So this just happened and you just had the surgery, but have you already started to kind of think about the rehab plan and everything and mapped it out, or is that going to come down the road a little bit?
So I've been mapping it out a little bit. I think I'm going to stay an extra month or two up here in Texas to lock it in, man, and, get to the point where, I'm moving around and, moving directions and stuff like that. And then, man, I've thought about coming back to Greenville. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Letting them do some things on me down there, which was always good. And Greenville's always been good to me. They always welcome me with open arms whenever I ask to come back or something like that, man. So I'm sure it won't be a problem. But, I've been mapping it out. I've been thinking it out, man, and hitting other people up, different people, different PTs and stuff like that, man. But I'm ready to attack it. I really am. I truthfully am. I told my pops, I don't know why, man. I'm not even sad, angry, or none of that, man. I'm excited to be exactly where my feet is, because everybody's story is different. You feel what I'm saying? And everybody got to go through something. And I truly believe, what you got to go through is what you got to go through. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not just trying to open the door next year. I'm going to kick that thing down. You know what I'm saying? And that's my mindset, and it's always going to be my mindset. And I can't wait to bounce back from this.
You're a special guy, Rahjai, and hopefully you'll allow us to be sad for you, and don't let that bring you down. But yeah, we are upset about it. But then again, we know that you will indeed bounce back. You said the team has been great, the organization, but you always hear injuries are part of the game, and for that reason, doctors and surgeons are part of the game. So how about the league so far? Did they kind of take care of everything? Take care of you?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's good.
So they took care of everything, man. It's definitely a blessing to have people like that in your corner, because you got some teams and some people that look at you as a football player,
right?
But then you got some people and some teams that look at you as a person first. You feel what I'm saying? And man, Ricky done met my family. He done met my two daughters while I've been up here, man. And we done had them heart to hearts, man. Just the other night, just about that, just about the family. You feel what I'm saying? And he understands that, man, and I really do appreciate him, for understanding that. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's easy. He could have just, let me go on my own, had to pay for my own surgery, blah. But, man, he really just took me in under his wing, man, and took care of me, man, make sure, the surgeons and the trainers and stuff like that, man, knew that I was a part of this team still. So that right there just felt good. You feel what I'm saying? It really did feel good, man. It took a lot of weight off my shoulders, man, when we had them calls and them talks, man. It really did.
Yeah, that's cool. Every coach understands the injury part, but like a Mike McDaniel who never played in the NFL, if it was him versus a Ricky Prohl who played all those years, his son Blake went through an ACL injury, I believe, as well, which kind of led him to the music instead of football. So he gets it, right? He knows exactly what you're going through. So that I think that experience is probably good for you and the team as well.
Definitely, man, and it's something about Ricky, man. Ricky's a good dude, man. He's a good father, husband.
Yeah.
He's an unbelievable coach, man. And, man, it's just something about him, man. You feel me? You can see God all around him. He's covered. He's just one of them type people that you love to be around, man. It's a phrase. You hang around 5 billionaires, you'll be the sixth one. If you hang around 5 thieves, you'll be the sixth one, stuff like that, man. And I really do believe, if you hang around 5 Ricky Pros, man, you'll become another Ricky Pro, man. And what I mean about that, man, is just a fierce man, that loves the game, loves his players, and that's somebody that you just want to be around. You feel what I'm saying? He's out there coaching. He's out there running around with us. You know, he played a lot of years in the league, man, and, you know, his body is still functional, man. His attitude, his mental, it's just like he's one of them guys that you just want to, you know, listen to and learn from. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, me not really knowing him, going to ECU, I knew of him.
Yeah.
I shook his hand a couple times, you know, played with his son. But, man, me getting to know him is everything. You feel what I'm saying? He's pure. You feel what I'm saying? He's really one-on-one, man. He's a great dude, a great leader, man. Excited to be up here with St. Louis Ahlers.
Rahjai, I love doing this because I love sports and talking about it. I hate having to come up here and then talk about losses and people being angry and coaches getting fired and injuries. And I'll be honest, I was not really looking forward to this chat because it's a bummer that you are going through what you are right now. But I'm reminded that you put the positive light on everything. So you somehow made me smile again, Rahjai. So you always do it to me and the listeners, man. It's pretty special. Now that you are cooped up, before you get, hopefully you can watch some sports now. I need you to root for the Hornets tonight. They got the Magic, and if they win, they go to the playoffs. Final playing game, and then we got the Hurricanes. You probably didn't grow up playing a lot of hockey in South Carolina, I imagine, but but we got NBA and NHL playoffs starting. We got, of course, Pirate baseball going on. Spring game tomorrow, a lot going on. So maybe you can catch up on some sports or some shows or some movies or something you've been missing.
Definitely, man. I catch up, man. And a lot of players hit me up, man. Julian hit me up.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of players, former players, man, that I played with at ECU, and that just shows you the connection and relationship that, you feel me, we built there in that locker room, man. They hit me up. Coach Harrell even hit me up and called me, talked to him, man. We got former coaches that coached at ECU. They hit me up, man. It's unbelievable.
Well, you left an impact on a lot of folks' life, Rahjai, so that don't surprise me, man. Well, keep your head up. I know you will. You don't need me to tell you that, and we'll keep checking in with you, man. But glad to hear the surgery went well, and 1%, one day at a time, man.
One day at a time, my God. We're going to get it done, man. I really had a good preseason, man.
Yeah.
Good few games, man, that really, installed that confidence back into me, man.
Good.
Being at home for a while, man, you feel me, kind of had them doubts, man, but, just being able to get back on the field and get back moving and making plays each and every day, it's unbelievable. I hate it happened when it happened because I feel like my role is going to increase a lot more, but, God has a plan. You feel what I'm saying? I truly believe I will come back even stronger, even faster, be one running back that people remember for the rest of their lives. You feel what I'm saying? So, as I continue to go through this and continue to, strengthen my mental, man, just know what I'm on, Clip. I'm really going to come back for everything, man. I told wifey the other day, I said, this time is personal. I said, we done went through the second time. I said, it's a reason we're going through this. I said, this time is personal. And she felt everything I said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to go through it, man. I'm not down. I don't want nobody to think I'm in a bad mood or anything like that, man. I'm really on a mission this go around.
Man, I love it. Awesome to hear, Rahjai, man. I know you can do it. If anybody can do it, it's definitely you. So,
man.
Hey,
man, you big time.
We'll keep in touch, Rahjai, and talk to you again soon, man.
My guy. Yes, sir, man. You have a good one.
All right, Rahjai Harris, like I said, was not looking forward to that interview and came out smiling because of the guy Rahjai is. And Jared, I'm sorry, now I'm his guy and big time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. I feel like Brian Bailey when he found out that Rahjai called everybody.
right. Bailey was feeling good.
It's like, damn, he calls everybody big time. That's fine. Hey, I don't want to be big time.
Awesome to hear from Rahjai. As Jamie says, feel so bad for him. I told him we're going to be sad, but he's not. Head up for him. And he's come back before and says he's going to do it again. So Kenny says, what an amazing young man. No doubt. We love Rahjai around these parts, and that's why he'll always be a fan favorite here in Greenville. We'll take a break, come back. When we return, we'll talk some baseball. Taylor Eldridge will join us to give us the Wichita State perspective on this series coming up. And Tony Dunn, NFL draft, less than a week away. That and more on the way. Pirate Radio Live after these words.
When it comes to building or remodeling your home, every detail matters. Hi, this is Kathy Herring with KDL Construction, and we believe great design begins with careful planning and ends with flawless execution. With open communication and a true partnership mindset, we guide you through every step, turning your vision into reality. Our goal, to deliver more than a building project. We create an experience that is seamless, stress-free, and inspiring. Visit KDLConstructionLLC.com to start your transformation today. KDL Construction, your vision, our craft.
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse, good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservation. Larry's Steakhouse.
Attention, Eastern Carolina. 360 Golf Carts just received a massive delivery of 40 new golf carts, and they're going fast. Right now, owner Brian Harris is celebrating with a special sale event, giving you the chance to upgrade and save big on your next ride. But hurry, with 40 carts and the best prices, they won't last long. 360 Golf Carts on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. Proud part of Pirates supporting Pirates.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers to 150 years. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
Jeff Stein here at Brownwood Buick GMC. Pirate Nation, get ready. It's baseball season. You got hot dogs, apple pies, and GMCs. That's right, GMC 1500s. You got 0% or 20% off. $11,549 off when you have a trade-in, and we have over 50 to choose from. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer. Only at Brown & Wood, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Looking for your new favorite hangout spot? Come on down to the Doghouse Tavern, Aiden's veteran-owned crown jewel on 2nd Street. From open mic Mondays to music bingo Thursdays, there's always something happening. Enjoy daily drink specials, one of the best bar menus around, and live music that'll keep you coming back for more. Grab your friends, kick back, and support local at the Doghouse Tavern. Check us out on Facebook to see what's on tap this week. The Doghouse Tavern, where good times and great vibes live.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Slow computers, constant crashes, long wait times for IT support, and worries about cybersecurity. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
This is Caleb Reynolds, lead minister at Eastern Pines Church, and I'd love to invite you to join us this Sunday at 9 and 10:30 at 3380 Portertown Road in Greenville. At Eastern Pines Church, you'll find real people, uplifting worship, and a place where your family can grow in your faith. Come see what God is doing right here in Greenville. We'd love to welcome you home at Eastern Pines Church. Visit easternpineschurch.com for more information.
Church services brought to you by S&K Trapping, East Coast Grading, Gregory Pool, Driven Details, East Coast Access, Cardinal Lock and Key, and rentafishtank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. Listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Your dream home starts with an unshakable foundation, and at Unshakable Builders, they don't just build houses, they build trust. From blueprint to keys, their expert team is with you every step of the way. You dream it, they build it. Visit unshakablebuilders.com to start your journey home the right way. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Talk some NBA playoffs later on, some NFL drafts and Carolina Panthers with Tony Dunn. Stanley Cup playoffs. Time the Canes get rolling.
Saturday
this weekend. Saturday at 3. They got the early game.
Wow.
Against the Senators. We'll have to see if Blake Harrell, I'll ask him tomorrow if he'll be sounding the siren during the playoffs. I know he did last year. Canes, Senators, Canes only minus 148.
Oh, man, that's kind of crazy.
I feel like it should be more. That makes me a little nervous.
The puck line's got to have some juice, if that's the case.
Yeah, true. We'll talk more about that later on. Right now, we'll go out to the Turner Home Team Live line. Joining us is Taylor Eldridge, back again from the Wichita Eagle, covers Wichita State Athletics. Taylor, appreciate your time once again. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me back on.
Yeah, going to be a bit of a toasty weekend for baseball here in Greenville. What's the weather in Kansas like these days?
Yeah, it's actually storming here right now. But, yeah, I mean, ask me again in an hour. It might be different.
So, I get a little freaked out about the spring kind of tornado season, hurricane season, hits us. But, yeah, living in Kansas, man, it's you always got to be worried about those tornadoes and that weather, right?
Yeah, we're under a tornado watch right now, actually.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's just par for the course down here.
Let's talk baseball. Very similar records, identical records in conference between the Shockers and Pirates, and half game off in the overall records, where East Carolina's tie against North Carolina could have been a win, but it's a tie. 22 wins for the Pirates, 23 for Wichita. How would you describe the season so far for the Shockers, Taylor? Has it gone as planned, better than planned? How would you describe it?
Yeah, probably a little bit better than, certainly outside expectations. They were picked towards the bottom of the conference, and I think they showed last weekend that, they're a team to be reckoned with, in the American, to go on the road and beat UAB, take 2 or 3 from them. It's kind of been a tale of 2 seasons, though. They've really struggled in midweek games against the regional powers around here, KU, K-State, Oklahoma State, OU, teams like that. They've lost pretty much every single midweek game, but they've found a way to just scrap and claw, and they usually go into Sunday tied 1-1, and they've just found a lot of success on those Sundays to win series, and probably better than what a lot of people expected to this point. But this is still a tough stretch, probably the toughest stretch of the season right now. What they're on right now, on the road, 8 straight teams in the top 50 of the RPI. And, obviously everyone knows in the American, ECU is probably the toughest place to win. So big challenge for them this weekend.
Taylor, ECU down some arms, Gavin Van Kempen, Colby Weber, and Sunday's pitching lineup is announced as TBA. What are the Wichita Bats looking like, and how can they take advantage of kind of a lack of depth in this bullpen?
Yeah, the offense has been, it's been, they've had to scrap, and, they lost to one of their star hitters. Max Coffer was on an incredible tear to start the season. He had like 11 home runs in his first 50 at-bats, and suffered a season-ending shoulder injury. So they've lost him, and they've kind of turned to this, they just kind of, they'll sub in, they'll use like 13 or 14 hitters, and they just kind of make it work. Like I said, they kind of scrap and claw their way through, and just kind of piece it together, game by game. So, not really, Jason Jones is probably the star now. Oklahoma State transfer. He's having a really good season. Owen Washburn, he's another kickback from the Big 12. And those two are having nice seasons, but really, they just kind of piece it together game by game. I don't think they're going to overwhelm anybody. Same with the pitching. Pitching was really good last weekend at UAB. but that was certainly the best they've had all season. A lot of times they have to kind of scrape by, and like you said, they've had their own injuries with in their pitching depth. So I mean, it's hard to kind of pinpoint how they've been able to start out 7-5. It feels like they just kind of make it work. They usually have one game where they get blown out, and then they just find those other two games they find a way to win. So we'll see if they can give ECU a good challenge this weekend. But like we said, it's a really tough place to win.
Jared, kind of feels like basketball in the kind of log jam. Now USF took over late, and maybe we should have seen those signs all along, but I remember like midway through we were saying this could be Tulsa, it could be Temple, Wichita. Any of these teams could be coming out of the American. Taylor, it looks that way for baseball. UTSA, the defending champion. East Carolina's up there at the top every year. Bottom line, it's going to be a great tournament in Clearwater, but do you see one or two favorites in this conference, or is it really anybody's game right now?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like it's anybody's game. I think the conference champion's probably going to have, probably a higher amount of losses than maybe ever before. I'd have to go back and look, but man, it feels like there's not going to be very many sweeps. A lot of these are going to be tied 1-1 going into Sunday, and those Sunday games, how your pitching holds up. It feels like that's going to decide a lot about how the top of the conference is going to go. And if you would have asked me last week, I would have said, UAB, it seems to be the team that's kind of head and shoulders. But, obviously they were picked, the bottom of the conference, and they've had a really strong season, but then they lose 2 or 3 at home to WSU. So feels like it's pretty much wide open. Going to come down to how these teams, get it done on Sundays.
Taylor Eldridge joining us. I'm looking forward to seeing if anybody pulls away or if this thing stays close throughout. East Carolina right now 7-5, Wichita 7-5. Rice has won 5 in a row. They are sitting at 7-5 as well, 1 game back of UAB and UTSA. Hit a couple of non-baseball topics, and then we'll close it up with more baseball. No spring. We got the spring game coming up tomorrow, so our Pirate football fans will be paying attention to that as well. Taylor, I always bring up, any chance of a football revival at Wichita every time we talk to you, and I'm looking at the Wikipedia. We are talking about the 1963 Missouri Valley Conference champions, Wichita. But is that even talked about amongst Shocker fans? Or is it just, hey, let's focus on hoops, let's play baseball, softball, other sports, and not worry about football?
Yeah, I mean, the dream is pretty much dead. They seriously explored it, back when they were considering moving to the American. Before that, they did a study, and they pretty much closed the book on that chapter. Back then, it would take something remarkable to bring it back. But right now, pretty much no chances. Funny you said that, though. They are doing like this giveaway next week when they come home for the baseball series. They're doing these throwback football uniforms. They're giving them to fans for next weekend. So people are fired up about that. They still, they love football around here. But, in terms of Wichita State bringing it back, it just costs so much money. I don't think that's in the works anytime soon.
And that's a real shame. If you Google Wichita State football, do an image search, so many awesome jersey designs. The great logo on the helmet will look cool. So there you go. How about basketball? I mean, basketball kind of year-round there. So what's the off-season needs, and what are you looking at for the off-season for Wichita State hoops?
Yeah, almost every year, WSU fans dread the portal because, that first week after the season, the stars that they just fell in love with all season, they announce they're going in the portal and they're leaving WSU. That's the case around the country. This was the exception. WSU did a lot of really good work retaining its core. They brought back, probably the 4 most important players they could from last year's rotation. They won 24 games. Played a really good basketball the last 2 months of the season. Obviously, they had that all-time thriller, at ECU and Mingy's. They kind of stole that one from the Pirates. That was one of their incredible, probably the most improbable win, that one. But, Yeah, I mean, they bring back a really good core. They've added 2 really good guards in the transfer portal. So fans are really excited. This is probably the most fired up the fan base has been since the Greg Marshall days. They're going to come into this next season probably looking like a contender and a top 70 team, I would say. And, we'll see how they do in the non-conference. But, there's going to be real hopes of getting back to the NCAA tournament. And it's been a while, by Shocker basketball standards. It's been 5 years now. So I think people are really fired up about this team. And it should, project to be, a top 3 team in the conference next season, I would think.
Love this story, Kansas.com, Wichita Eagle. And this is a great story about why you don't burn bridges if you're a coach, if you're a player, if you're a university. Taylor, you wrote about a player that nearly a decade after the Shockers offered him a scholarship, he's finally a Shocker. So it just it goes to show the journeys that players go on these days. But apparently Wichita State was recruiting a kid, went another direction, COVID hit, still playing basketball, and eventually lands at Wichita State. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's definitely the most unique recruiting story I've ever written. Almost 10 years ago, a whole decade ago, they offer this kid, and he's a sophomore in high school. Like you said, he starts his college journey in that COVID season, so he gets the blanket waiver. The next year, he tears up his knee, has a season-ending injury, so takes the medical red shirt, transfers to Maryland. Last game of his last season there, he tears his ACL, so he misses all of the next season, 24-25. So he actually got 2 medical red shirts and then the COVID waiver. So this is going to be his 7th season since turning that college basketball career. He's going to be 25 by the time next season starts. So pretty crazy story. And like you said, got offered by Wichita State in the Greg Marshall days. This was when I posted about this original signing. I got a text from a former assistant, and it was like he had saw a ghost. He's like, this cannot be the same kid. I offered this kid back when I was at WSU, and this is 9 years later. So pretty remarkable that he's going to end his career here. He actually played high school basketball for an assistant at WSU, PJ Kuznard, really big deal down in Houston. So he's bringing him back to play for him, and yeah, a pretty crazy story. You don't hear about that every day. And 25-year-old playing college basketball. I mean, that's just another one of these stories that's kind of crazy with how the college game is right now. But he's going to be a nice player for the Shockers. He's going to be a big-time contributor. So they're fired up about him, and just one of those crazy stories now.
Awesome stuff. Good stuff. Check out Taylor's work at Kansas.com. Jared, anything else before we wrap it up?
No, Taylor, just final prediction for this weekend.
Yeah, I think you got to give the edge to ECU. I think WSU, you got to at least win one. If you're serious about competing for, the top of the conference, get maybe a top 4 seed. I think that's important now with the way the conference tournament is set up. So don't want to get swept. You want to get at least one. If they win the series, that would be a huge surprise. And I think anybody back here in Wichita would take that. So I think I'll pick ECU, I think 2-1. Like I said, I think if every series feels like it's going 1-1 into Sunday, so I think it'll be 1-1, and then ECU wins that on Sunday.
Yeah, you made a great point about that earlier, Taylor. I said before this season started, watch out for Sunday. Pirates are going to dominate Sundays. That was when we had our full arsenal of pitchers, and now we don't. And it's like you said, a lot of 1-1 heading into that final day. All right, Taylor, appreciate you, man. We'll check in with you later on this calendar year when we meet in basketball.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right, there is Taylor Eldridge, Kansas.com, Wichita Eagle. Wild story there. That reminded me of talking to Robert Hill yesterday when he told us about the 8 schools he attended.
That's insane.
That it really was. I got to go back and listen to that.
I attended 2 schools my entire life, and this guy did 8 colleges.
Yeah, I entered the portal, went from Pitt to ECU, and but came out of Pirate.
3. I did do a semester at Pitt.
What was your other?
East Wake Academy, K through 12.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, your entire life.
Yeah.
Wow. You're a loyal guy. You could have left at any time.
Yeah.
But you stuck around. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Tony Dunn joins us as we will talk NFL draft, Hurricanes playoffs, Hornets magic, and more. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, on a Friday after this.
It's bow time. Remember those bologna biscuits you grew up on? Well, they're back and better than ever at Bojangles. Bite into a southern tradition with our new fried bologna biscuit. It's a thick slice of savory bologna seared and served hot off the griddle on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. And right now, you can get 2 of them for just $5. But hurry in. This deal is only available for a limited time, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Pirate Fest is back, presented by the City of Greenville and the Downtown Greenville Partnership. Come experience all the family fun Saturday, April 25th in downtown Greenville on 1st Street. It's all happening 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. with a variety of food, drinks, and unique vendors. Plus, of course, pirates. And you can enjoy awesome music from September, the top Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band in the country, and spare change. And as always, our entertainment is free. It's legendary. It's award-winning. It's Pirate Fest. April 25th, downtown Greenville.
Jeff Stein here at Brownwood Buick GMC. Pirate Nation, get ready. It's baseball season. You got hot dogs, apple pies, and GMCs. That's right, GMC 1500s. You got 0% or 20% off. $11,549 off when you have a trade-in, and we have over 50 to choose from. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer. Only at Brown & Wood, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you, humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Bird. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates!
Ready to play, Greenville? The Repair Shop Game Room at Fifth Street Hardware is bringing the fun for all ages. Pool tables, skee ball, big screens, and ice-cold drafts all in one spot. Keep the week going with Singo Tuesdays at 7, Trivia Wednesdays at 7, Outlaw Open Mic on Thursdays 7 to 9, and live music every Friday and Saturday 8 to 11. Plus, Yappy Hours Thursday through Saturday 4 to 7, 25% off appetizers, and Sundays, kids 12 and under eat free with the purchase of an adult entree. Fifth Street Hardware, eat, drink, play.
Play ball! Greenville, it's time to play ball. The Greenville Yard Gnomes are back, and tickets are on sale now. Bring the whole family out for big hits, wild promotions, and non-stop fun all night long. From fireworks to theme nights, every game is an experience you don't want to miss. Cold drinks, great food, and the best atmosphere in town. Don't wait till it's sold out. Grab your seats now. Get your tickets today at yardgnomesbaseball.com or at the box office.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't gamble with just any roofer. Trust the pros at the Boone Group Roofing. Locally owned by Toot Boone, they've been serving all of Eastern North Carolina with honest, high-quality roofing you can count on. They offer no money down, and every job is backed by a 5-year workmanship warranty because your roof should be done right the first time. Don't wait. Call today at 252-714-0021 for a roof that's built to last and service you can trust. The Boone Group Roofing is on top of their game.
The Toot Boone Boogie!
This is Wyatt Lunsford Shankman. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Michaels and Gateway Family and Cosmetic Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. Their mission is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Visit them at 2330 Hemby Lane in Greenville or give them a call at 752-1600. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. We are less than a week away from the NFL Draft. Tony Dunn, C3 Panthers podcast, joining us. Tony, how you doing, sir?
I am great, my friend. It's a little hot out there. Good God, 93 or something? Holy moly.
93.
Well, it says 86 on my phone, but the car said 93. Maybe it's a black car. It just
going to be a hot day to play football and baseball tomorrow here in Greenville, North Carolina, but we do have the spring game as well as a baseball series with Wichita State. Tony, we'll talk some draft with you and some Canes. And Jerry wants to talk NBA playoffs, so we'll educate you on the matchups. Big Hornets game tonight as they try to get in when they take on the Orlando Magic.
Record opportunity, right, for the Panthers to have been in the playoffs, the Hornets, and the Hurricanes.
First time ever.
Yeah.
They could all get in.
Wow.
Come on, Hornets. Don't let us down.
With a win tonight.
Magical.
All right, Panthers. We will talk Panthers draft, not next week, but the following week. Jim Zoki getting a well-earned vacation next week, but we'll talk to him the week after.
Put in a plug for me, my man.
I will. We'll do, and recap the Panthers draft. But, Tony, let's preview the Panthers draft. And I ask you every week, have you found your darling? Have you located it? No?
I refuse to have darlings anymore.
Good for you.
I mean,
how about your podcast mates or the fans? Is there a player's name that keeps popping up?
No, this is actually a cool year. One is that my co-host, who is the draft guru guy, the guy that loves this, has taken he took a little sabbatical. He took a little time off. So then it was two guys running the show who don't care about any of this, and we just talk about the visits and the needs a little and some other things like that. But no,
honestly, the best part about watching the draft is the surprises. So it's kind of nice to not know everything going into it.
Yeah, and every draft has some sort of kind of like its own character to it, where there's some weird a
run on position,
and or something happens that's off kilter. I don't know. I've been thinking about this Clip because I come in here every week, or we talk every week, and I'm on the podcast every week, and now it's 15 years of doing the podcast, and I wonder, is it like me getting older and wiser that I'm not getting darlings? Do I not care? Does I don't know why that is. What is it that you get so attached to a prospect? Particular, I don't know. I don't know in those feelings. You remember?
Well, I mean, we could go through the picks and probably realize why, because a lot of these guys just don't pan out to what you want them to be.
Yeah, I think I got. I'm still jaded by a few too. It's like I had a couple of darlings like that. Bradley Roby. And that was the Kelvin Benjamin year. And I also liked Allen Robinson a lot that year.
Well, you got spoiled because your two favorite players ever, it was Julius Peppers going into the draft, and the Panthers got him. And then Cam Newton, you were in on day one. And you're never going to get better than that. So you might as well quit.
I think so. I think I've retired from having darlings. So, no, I don't. I think obviously we all want players that are going to make our team better. Right? You don't want to miss on picks. And I think that's the key to thinking about the NFL draft is when it comes to the first round, it's not about just getting the best player, but missing on the first round is you can't. But then you also have to stack a couple of players somewhere in that draft to make it a good draft. We thought about this. We've looked back at the Carolina Panthers historic drafts, and we've looked at other teams and what they've done. And good drafts always hit the first round and then have something else in it. But great drafts hit the first round, but then have like 2 to 3 different real long-time contributors that you find. And that's very hard to do. We go back to the Marty Herney days with Carolina, and that was the fun thing about Marty Herney is like he never missed a first-round pick, but he never got anything else but the first round. So they were always good drafts, but never great. And you need a great draft to really kind of get that momentum.
I saw this week where GM Dan Morgan said there's no rule against drafting a receiver 3 straight years.
No rules.
There actually is a rule. It's the Matt Millen rule, because when he was, do you remember this?
Yes.
Tony? Early 2000s.
Charles
Rogers, number 2 overall in 2003. Roy Williams, who ended up being a pretty good player, but
was it
probably
Mike?
the best with the Cowboys.
Hold on, let me guess. Mike Williams?
Yeah, from USC, who was awesome in college.
Maybe it's not 3 receivers. Maybe it's 2 Williamses.
3 first-round top 10 receivers in back-to-back-to-back years. None of them hit. I don't know. I would love to go back to 2007 when they drafted Calvin Johnson 2nd overall, and how many fans were like, this guy's going to be a bum. And he's, like one of the greatest receivers ever.
Also, like the greatest underrated, sort of a underrated great in a
because
way.
he wasn't outspoken and stuff.
Yeah, and because he was never on a good team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was fantastic. Nobody ever disputed his qualification, like how good he was. It's just like that sad story of him in Detroit.
Yeah. So another receiver.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
So who was 2 years ago?
It was Xavier Legette.
Oh, right.
So calling him a first round is a little of a stretch.
32?
Yeah, 32, and they traded up into 32, thinking that the 5th-year option in a developmental player could be important.
And then you hit on the Rookie of the Year last year.
Yeah, we did.
So
and I don't know. Do I feel like I almost feel like spoiled? I'm not saying spoiled, but I'm like I wanted him to even be more. Like he's Rookie of the Year, and I'm like, gosh. Only 4 or 5 touchdowns. I wanted him to have even a better season. He almost did. He was like very close to connecting on a lot of different things that could have made it sensational. But a lot of people still, when I talk to other team fan bases, is like they give more respect to the Buka kid than McMillan.
Yeah.
And so, I'm happy that he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I'm not satisfied.
Right.
I think he's a great player. I hope he becomes a great player.
Maybe last year's his floor, and he only gets better.
That's what we need.
I'll tell you, Tony, since you hated the Vernon Butler pick, we talked about that, I think, last week, right? Or he never panned out.
Yeah.
Since then, you would think this team would have had more success looking at their number 1 picks. Christian McCaffrey, who's no longer a Panther, obviously. DJ Moore, no longer a Panther. Brian Burns, are you one of those that says he's overrated? Or
Totally.
Okay.
100.
All right. Derek Brown. That can't argue
that's
that
the best.
Yeah. J.C. Horn. These are Pro
J.C.
Bowl.
Horn is great. All right. The only thing about the J.C. Horn pick is I'm glad we made it because I was wanting us to find a quarterback so much. I wanted us to draft Justin Fields that year.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Look, J.C. Horn's a really, really good player. But I think people have crowned him elite
a little too early, or
it's like he is really, but let's earn it. And I think then people who already formed, this is so much in our society, and especially in the sports world, is whatever the belief you had on something, that's verification bias. So it's like, oh, this person's great. So then you find every little stat that supports this. And we brought one up on the podcast. I wish I could. I'll pull it up when we come back. We'll circle back. But it was something to the fact, I almost fell for it. And it was like, J.C. Horn, the only corner to do this. And I was like, oh, God, he's so great. And then it said, then I read it more closely, and it said, the only corner from the 2021 draft or whatever. And I was like, wait a second. So that's only 3 guys.
You can make a positive stat or a positive highlight tape on anybody.
I think that's a very positive stat when you look at who went right after
Patrick Surtain. Yeah, this draft is pretty insane.
Been great though.
Lawrence,
but it shows you how teams can really take advantage when teams are desperate for quarterbacks, because it goes Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, and then listen to these players. This is a great draft. Pitts to Atlanta. Yeah, well, right. Jamar Chase. Hall of Famer, perhaps. Jalen Waddle, great player. Penei Sewell,
great player. Probably I think the best player.
Where is he at now?
Detroit.
He's in Detroit.
Yeah, still
Okay.
Detroit.
J.C. Horn, Surtain, Devontae Smith, Justin Fields, Micah Parsons, Rashawn Slater. What a
that
top
offensive line class was great. Was there a quarterback that went kind of later that turned out to be good?
Let's see.
That should have gone
Mac
higher.
Jones.
I think that's the Brock Purdy draft. Who was the last pick.
Okay. I'm thinking the year. I'm thinking of the Justin Herbert draft.
At pick 63.
That was a pretty incredible run there, though, in the top 10, top 15 of this draft. And then, Tony, just kind of rounding up what I was talking about, your first-round picks. Got the tackle from State. Has he worked out, or he's been hurt, or what?
Aquanu.
Yeah.
He's been good enough, right? Is that I think that when I don't know if I'm like a old school where I think that these offensive linemen that are picked in the top 10 should be like these 30, not 30-year, but like
Trent
50,
Williams.
Yeah, that type of just so dominant from day one. He was known for being more of a run blocking type guy who was going to be more susceptible in the pass rush. He was in that weird Steve Wilkes year where he comes in and then we start running the ball like 70 times a game and he looked really great.
Right.
Then his second year, fans, I think, too much wanted him to progress, kind of had that second year plateau, maybe a little regression. And then his third year, he played so much better and more consistently. And then you get a full year out of it. And then my man ruptures his patella tendon. Yeah. So I think that is that's a pick I don't want to give back, but I'm not celebrating it yet as he's Hall of Fame bound.
And then Bryce, where are you at on Bryce, Bob? Let's get an update. What's your approval level, ranking, whatever?
Yeah, I think about this a lot.
The fifth-year option's been picked up, right?
They're going to do it after the draft. They've announced they're going to wait.
CJ Stroud just got his picked up the other day.
They're going to do it, like Dan Morgan said, it's when he gets back in the building, we're going to do it. It's just hopeful for Bryce. Yeah. Some people believe Bryce isn't good enough. Some people believe he's the greatest. I don't have any belief.
I need to talk to those people.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are some people that believe he is really good and there's other reasons and this, but I don't know if there's any value for me to sit there and just churn energy and mental expense into how much draft picks it was and what it could have been and what he is and what this is. I just am interested in what he is and what will be for the Carolina Panthers. So I don't dislike Bryce. I like and I'm rooting for him. But there is a complete difference in the level of, I mean, how I was with Cam. I mean, I would go. Not only did I dress up like the dude, but I go there, but I would go to war for this mug.
You defended any and everything.
Yeah. So I'm not at that level, but I hope. What if he can get me to that point?
No, I don't think anybody
I still want to see
it.
Can you love twice? I believe you can.
Oh, there is another guy, Tony. We have a type. You have a type.
Yeah.
And we fell in love with Richardson, the quarterback from Arkansas. Do you know his name?
Is this the one that set all the records?
I just saw him on the John Gruden thing, and he was asking about would you play receiver, and he said no because he had the numbers of Calvin Johnson at the combine.
Yeah. He set he is the most athletic.
Taylon Green is his name.
He had the highest vertical. Yeah. He runs a 4.2 or 4.3, 4.3 or something. And you know what we should do is we should sit down with him and say, look, do you see what these receivers are making? Can you not catch? Is that what it, do we need to have an honest conversation? Terrell Pryor, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. If he would have committed to being a wide receiver from day one, would he have developed?
What if somebody said this to Cam Newton, Tony? What would you have said? You'd have fought the guy telling Cam.
But Cam Newton was the greatest college player of all, arguably of all time. I mean, he really did have the greatest college season. So
but think of what kind of receiver he would have been. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if Tim Tebow would have committed to being a tight end his entire career,
would he have made more money though? I mean, theoretically, is that if this guy can never if he never makes it as a starting quarterback, but he could make it as another starting position, he would make more money.
About a 12-year backup quarterback.
it's a
Jacoby
good
Brissett
gig.
is holding out.
Dude, he's the most valuable player in the NFL.
Jacoby?
Yeah. I mean, like any team at any moment needs Jacoby.
I said it last year. It's like, why bring Kyler Murray back when Jacoby Brissett gives you the best chance of winning?
Real quick, Tony, I asked you approval rating on Bryce. You seem to be more favorable than not, I would say. How about the Dave Canales hire? I'm looking at the 2024 coach hires. Raheem Morris.
Out.
Yeah, he's out. Antonio Pierce.
The guy who replaced him's out.
Jim Harbaugh. Gerard Mayo.
Out.
Mike McDonald.
Won the Super Bowl.
Brian Callahan.
Lasted 19 games.
And old dad, Dan Quinn. I got to say, Canales is really high on the power rankings from that list. But how about your approval rating of Canales?
I'm giving, I'm into it, I guess. Is it hasn't failed.
Definitely.
It's gotten a little bit better. And I also am trying to think about my own life is like when I started out as a teacher, things is like, yeah, you have talent, but you're not the best from day one. Like, I mean, you have to grow into that talent. So I want to give that grace. I don't want to be like, I'm unhappy with him. I think he's done a good enough job, and I hope what a good enough job will be is improving from last year to this year, just like he improved from year 1 to year 2. I want him to grow into hopefully what he can be.
You don't want to grade him against just bums, but being on that list, he's a great coach. He's done awesome.
I mean, he's done better than a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
The one though that I think about though is that we were not able to hire guys that were the top names.
Right.
I mean, Ben Johnson didn't want to even come, stuff like that. He was waiting to pick. So we were picking the second tier type, but the idea was he's an offensive guy. He's helped Baker. He's been with Russell Wilson in his time. He's been with Geno when he was going well in Seattle. And then Baker's cooking, and we're going to put him with Bryce, and he's going to help him. And he's this offensive guy. And I don't think he's like some savant because you look at the Kellen
Moore?
No, the guy that went to Jacksonville. Liam Cohen, who did even better with Baker after Canales left, and then he went and became he's like
13 wins.
He's like at the top of the list right now. So I'm happy and satisfied, but again, kind of like with Bryce is like we do want you to we need
with
more.
With Bryce, Ted, and Canales, you want more.
Yeah. I want more.
You want more?
I guess I'm greedy. And I don't think I'm greedy, actually, because averaging 187 yards passing and 7 wins, some winning, come on. It's like, hey, I'm happy for growth, but let's not stop here.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll talk a little Canes, Hornets, and more draft. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday after this.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. With 2 great locations already serving our community, Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And we're growing. A brand new location is coming soon on Highway 11 right across from Aiden-Crifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
Ready to take the road less traveled? This April, get behind the wheel of a new 2026 Subaru Outback Premium at Capital Subaru of Greenville. Lease it now for $365 a month for 36 months. That's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Proud official partner of the ECU Pirates. Price does not include licensing costs or registration fees. See dealer for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2026. 2026.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street is open 7 days a week. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Eastern North Carolina's newest concert destination is here. It's Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, a brand new state-of-the-art outdoor amphitheater with room for 30,000 fans. Reserve your seat or grab a spot on the lawn and enjoy food trucks, vendors, cold beer, and cocktails all night long. It's just a short drive away right off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids. Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, showcasing world-class entertainment and delivering exceptional experiences for every guest. Visit CarolinaCrossroadsAmp.com for more information.
In Beaufort County, success is built together. The Washington-Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce connects leaders, supports local businesses, and helps our community thrive. From networking to community events, the Chamber is building a stronger Beaufort County every day. Get involved, grow your network, and help shape the future of beautiful Washington.
For more information on the Washington-Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce, including future events and membership, visit wbcchamber.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? How about tighten or lift your skin? Want a smoother skin texture or get rid of brown spots? Combining personalized treatments, expert training, and a deep passion for skin health, Beauty Bar MediSpa is dedicated to enhancing your skin and boosting your confidence from the inside out. Contact the licensed professionals for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is a family-run dealership that creates a family-like atmosphere for their customers. They have one of the biggest used car inventories in eastern North Carolina, and you can shop online today at EastCarolinaChryslerDodge.com. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Barat.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. So we've got a guest coming up Wednesday, former Pirate football player Shane Perry, now involved in NASCAR. He will be the jack man for points leader, number 38 truck race, also jacking for
number 51.
51.
That's Cody Ware, I believe.
Rick Ware Racing. Cody Ware. Is that who had the ECU sticker in the past? I believe it is.
Maybe.
So is that's for the Cup race?
Yeah.
Sunday in Kansas.
The Big Ten.
All right. So we will talk to Shane Perry, and you said, Jarrett, you were reminded that at Pro Day
last year, Roush Fenway Canal was out there, the racing team, and that I specifically remember, and the Raiders talking to Savone Revel, I remember.
All right, Tony Dunn joining us. Tony, I got a play in. My dog of the day pick yesterday was Hurricanes to win the Eastern Conference. Not looking ahead, but I am looking ahead. Yeah. Hurricanes to win the Eastern Conference. I think it was like plus 220. Got the Senators, and then got the winner of the Flyers Penguins. Does that sound right to you? I think that's right.
What a good day for you.
That is correct.
So
they play the Senators, right?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
3 o'clock.
8 years straight in the playoffs.
They have the third longest streak in NHL history of winning at least one playoff series.
Oh, nice. That's good news.
So
What a record they had this year. What was it?
53, 22, and 7.
And I believe scored the most goals in franchise history.
Points.
Wow. You plan on going to any of these or watching at home?
Oh, no. I am watching at home. I went to my last Hurricanes game, and we go, me and a bunch of, like a group of my former professors from ECU. They're, the old hats. We go once or twice a year. And we always sit, they're real cool about just sitting in the nosebleeds. We're doing this on a budget. The tickets were like $87. The parking, like I couldn't even, like it was $150 night just for a regular.
Just to get in.
Yeah, you have aged out and priced out.
The price, it actually made me think a lot about like how, like at what point can the consumer not afford it? And it's like it's going to become like the Super Bowl, these events, and that is that they're not fans of the team; they're just people that have enough resources.
If I got like an NBA get me and Donnell when we went to Philly for the Temple game, we went to Sixers Celtics, and the ticket was dirt cheap. It was like $15.
Yeah,
but the beer was more than that.
Oh man, I mean you're talking.
But I mean they're big enough to where I had two and I was feeling good.
Sure, you're feeling good, but still, man, you're $50 in the hole. It feels like. And speaking of the ticket prices, the Hornets prices I heard went.
Yeah, it was
like
$50
went from like $12 to.
It was $50 to get in the door Tuesday, and then I'm planning on going to Game 3 next Saturday if they win tonight, and I think the cheapest was $134, but that's a playoff ticket.
Yeah, that's not terrible. Yeah. I just heard when they went on that run that they had jumped from like $12, $20 to $70.
Because we went like 3 years ago, and thank God we picked the right game. They beat the Raptors by like 40. But it was, like you said, $12 to sit up at the top.
Yeah.
And it's really the point where you got to know a guy. Jenny's brother, John, is a huge Caniac. And I asked him about it. He said he might be going to Game 2 or something. And I was like, oh, man, you where are you going to sit? Or do you know a guy? He was like, I know a guy. Like, it's one of those situations.
You got to get someone who has season tickets that they just don't get the bump, right?
Yep. So Canes in action coming up Saturday. So is that Saturday... Monday? Yep. Yes, Monday at 7:30. Sports Trivia at the Buck. We will be watching Canes and Senators Monday night.
Here's a ticket question for you. When you're a PSL holder for the Panthers, you have to buy you get the season tickets. You have to pay for the preseason games. And you pay I guess almost like sticker price. It feels like it's something like this. They have an extra preseason game this year, the Hall of Fame game. Do you have to pay for that?
I think that's
it's only home games.
Only home games? Yeah. Okay. I'd be like, no, I don't want to pay for an extra preseason. I want to pay for the 3 we already had.
It's in the fine print. They tack on
a fee for if we make the playoffs.
In Canton, flight not included, no hotel. All right, Tony, we got the Hornets and Magic tonight. If the Hornets win, they are in the playoffs taking on the Pistons. Charlotte is a road favorite.
Yeah. Tell me about the Magic. Are they, road favorite, that means they're not great.
They are crumbling.
I have watched all the playing it, which is only 4, but I watched Magic Sixers, and it was tight there for a little bit, but it felt like the Sixers were just toying around with them, and Desmond Bane was making a couple good plays here and there. But when the ball got into Paolo Banchero's hands, it fell apart. He had no confidence.
Do you remember that name from Duke, number 1 overall pick? Here's what you really need to know. The reports about the coach is done after this. Mosley. There is an unnamed player, which is probably Paolo.
Nobody else on that
team.
Who
says he won't come back if the coach is still there. Like, they got one of those situations going on.
This is they're not going to show up type team.
There's potential for that. It makes, what if they all come together?
How is it that the Hornets had the best season in the history?
The East was deep, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Because they're
and they started
fighting to get in.
They started
4-14, but the East, 44 wins. That was the 7-8 seed in the West. This was the 9 seed in the East.
Yeah.
Still seems like it's like, man, we're sitting here.
It does suck, but their record with their starting 5 is tremendous.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
If you look at it with this starting 5, they're like PER, whatever, like per 48 minutes is better than like the Celtics and the Pistons.
They need to get in. They need to make a little noise. Yeah. So then next year that group can feel like this is a place that it can happen instead of if they don't get in or if they get bounced right out, then there's going to be people leaving. There's going to be some, and it's not going to be the same group. But
what a role reversal, too. The NBA has become what college was. We can actually get excited about these guys growing and playing together.
Yeah, they're going to
where in college it never happens anymore.
And it's crazy because, in November, December, it's like, okay, who are we moving at the deadline? What can we get for LaMelo? What can we get for Miles? And now it's just like, please God, let them stay.
Sign them long term.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, got to get in and make just a hair of noise. And so next year, people are looking for that to be the year.
I think the two at the top, you got to give a lot of credit to. I mean, outside of like Jeff Peterson, the GM, and the new owners, like Charles Lee and Con Knipple came in there and said, hey, I mean, especially Charles Lee, like, we're going to do it this way. Con, a fresh face. It's his first coach, first time in the NBA. And he's just like, okay, this is how we do it.
And they hit on some rookies.
Yeah, and it kind of broke what LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges were used to with the just ever-changing door of bad basketball and bad coaches. And it all starts with Michael Jordan selling the team.
Is that I saw
he was
that,
cheap
man.
and surrounded himself with yes men, and that just led to bad decision after bad decision after bad decision.
I hate to ever say anything bad about Michael Jordan, but
I'll say he's the greatest basketball player of all time. He's a great
won a lot of
NASCAR
races.
owner, great NASCAR owner, a great fisherman. He's
great
always
gambler.
involved at the top of Big Rock, but he could not figure out how to own a basketball team.
Yeah. Makai, I'll ask you and Jarrett. Tell Tony can only watch one series. What is the best first-round series to watch that could go 6 or 7 games, that'll have great games, great players? I've identified a couple. I'll go through them real quick so you can think about it. So Thunder versus the 8 seed, Lakers Rockets, Nuggets T-Wolves, Spurs Blazers, Pistons versus the 8 seed, Cavs Raptors, Knicks Hawks, Celtics Sixers. What do you got?
I have 3. I'll narrow it down. Obviously, Nuggets Timberwolves is going to be great. This history there. And Edwards kind of hates Jamal Murray. This is going to be a fun series. 2 of the top ones in the West. Knicks Hawks could be fun.
Who's the Hawks? Who do we care about on the Hawks?
Jalen Johnson, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. I mean, a bunch of just kind of guys, but they're fast. They play a fun brand of basketball. But I think the Knicks just run them out of the court. And Celtics Sixers. I saw that game live back in November, and Tyrese Maxey's going to really make this team uncomfortable. You probably get Joel Embiid back midway through the series, hopefully.
Appendicitis, Tony. Had his appendix.
They talk about script writers. If the script writers hate anybody more, it's Joel Embiid, because every year he hurts a different part of his body.
True.
He's missed more games than he's played or something like that.
Makai, what's your favorite first-round series?
I'm looking at Lakers versus Rockets.
Okay. There are a lot of storylines there. So who's hurt for the Lakers?
Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, your two most important players.
So LeBron's carrying the load
Look,
in 2020.
it's LeBron versus Kevin Durant, and on paper, it's like, this is going to be amazing.
This will be awesome 20 years ago.
But, the Lakers better hope they get one early, so maybe Luka and Austin Reeves can come back. But I think the Rockets just overpowered.
The Lakers do have home court. We got a couple minutes left. You said you had takes. Did you get off your NBA take?
Yeah, it was mainly just about the Sixers. It's like, this can be a very fun series, especially with Tatum being a little limited. But obviously, I want the Celtics to win, so we get that Knicks-Celtics matchup. Cavs will sweep the Raptors. The Raptors have stunk against good competition. I think they didn't beat a single top 3 seed in any of the conferences, which was crazy. And the Blazers. I think the Blazers can land some punches. Spurs are very young. I mean, Blazers are very young, but they're kind of a gritty team. Number 3 defensively in the league.
The Thunder, the overwhelming favorite to
I think the Warriors can give the Thunder some trouble. Make that like a 6-game series, but the Thunder are kind of just looking towards the conference finals.
If the Hornets get in, who do they play?
Number 1, Detroit, who's tough, and there has been a brawl-ish earlier this year, so it would be great TV. They don't like each other, so that's good.
The Hornets are kind of like what the Pistons were last year. You know, they can make.
I know. You remember, I've told about this, Jarrett. Like the Rockets, the Pistons. Who else sucked and became good? I mean, the Thunder. I guess.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the Hornets to forever be one of those teams. We are now.
Yeah.
We finally are showing signs of growing.
This isn't like a.
So maybe playing the Pistons would be good for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an entertaining series, even if it only goes 4 games. And I think this will show them, hey, this is what we can be. I think this is what we are currently.
Do you think they're just swept material, though?
The Hornets, The Pistons are so good, and even as a 1 seed who won 60 regular season games, they kind of have that nobody believes in us thing.
Even last game, it was awesome, and we led pretty much the first 3 quarters and lost by 20.
Yeah.
They just took over in the fourth quarter.
They're just big, physical, and they have adopted the personality of Detroit.
All right, Tony, we'll recap your first-round draft pick next Friday.
Yeah, check out the C3 Panthers podcast. We have the draft preview. We got Cody coming back for that, so he can do all that work. And then Thursday night, we're going to do the draft party.
Fun. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
We'll see you later. J-Bone, yeah.
Yep.
Heading to Clark LeClaire. We'll talk to Morgan Ahlers, A. Harp, and Zack Maskavich coming up in hour number 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Nation, your dream home starts with Unshakable Builders. Now building in Sutherland Estates in Greenville and Dolostone Court in Wilson, with homes available now. And stay tuned, Cross Creek Townhomes in Greenville and Whitaker Glen in Farmville are coming soon. Browse available homes, explore floor plans, and see past projects today at unshakablebuilders.com. Have questions? Use live chat, fill out the contact form, or call the office at 814-9105. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
Doug Henry of Greenville is your premier used car dealership with over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily to take care of all your needs. Doug Henry offers the best selection of used cars around, and it's easy to find right on the corner of Greenwood Boulevard and Memorial Drive. You can also find them at DougHenryofGreenville.com. Right on the corner and always right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get bucked up.
This is Dr. Hode from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs. Like passing that drug test? Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and well, light one up. You've earned it. With weekly events like trivia, karaoke, comedy, open mic, movie night, and of course, all your favorites. Flour, merch, carts, edibles, and wellness products. Whatever you need to legally take the edge off, we've got your vibe covered. Order online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
Are you looking to purchase a new home, or are you considering refinancing your current mortgage? This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Joanne Weir, at 531-1148.
Joanne Weir, in MLS 75974. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender in MLS 208516.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville is the place to find your next pre-owned vehicle. There's no better place to find quality pre-owned trucks and SUVs. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep specializes in pre-owned inventory with a factory-certified 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. From high-end SUVs to trucks to cars, starting at just $99.95. Get over to East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville for the best selection now. Your quality pre-owned selection connection is at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Don't leave safety to chance with national companies or do-it-yourself systems. SCI Technologies has recently merged with High-Tech Communications to become North Carolina's premier security, audio, and fire alarm provider. They have the most cost-effective solutions for your home or business's security and life safety needs. Call SCI Technologies today at 321-7006. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Barat.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday, live in the First Flight Credit Union studios. Alex Harper's first trip to the First Flight Credit Union studios. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, dude, it looks nice in here.
Very nice. We
clean way better than it was before First Flight Credit Union partnered with us.
Absolutely.
This place is nice.
We got football coming up on Saturday. It is the spring game. Excited about that. I'll tell you what I was excited about too, Alex. That's talking to the special teams coordinator, Ryan Smith, earlier this week. Mm-hmm. Do you know, he was around, right?
Yeah, so my first year here, he was an assistant. So he was in the facility. But now he went somewhere else, got some experience, and now he's the top dog in the special teams room now.
His enthusiasm, the knowledge I can tell he has about it, the passion for, I think he's going places, and I really enjoyed talking to him. Obviously, I like talking about the trick plays and all the fakes and that he dials up, but I can tell that he takes his job very, very seriously, and hopefully a big year for special teams this year.
I mean this in the nicest way possible about Coach Smith, but when he talks about special teams, he gets like the crazy eyes.
He does. Yep.
He is so locked into the third side of the ball, and you got to have a guy who loves special teams that much for being in charge of it.
Good way to describe it. Let's go out to the Turner Home Team Live line. I've seen this man have some crazy eyes before. He is Morgan Ahlers. What's up, Morgan?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing?
We're doing good. Will we be hearing your voice tomorrow at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium?
No, we will not.
Oh, no spring game for Morgan Ahlers.
No spring game. I've actually got to go to Elizabeth City and do a wedding up in Elizabeth City tomorrow. So, yeah, looking forward to that. But unfortunately, won't be out for the spring game, first time in a while. But Ron will take over for that tomorrow. But I'll be back in the fall.
Well, okay then. We will hear your voice coming up later on this calendar year. Excited to at least see a little bit of football, Morgan. And, I asked Greg Hudson yesterday, what can fans get out of the spring game? He wants to see, from a defensive perspective, running to the ball, tackling, that there's going to be physical out there. Hell, we've seen them at the end of practices be physical during this spring session. But how about you, Morgan, when you come out of it, when you read a recap or talk to somebody at the game, what positives do you want to hear? What kind of things do you want to hear tomorrow?
Very similar to what you just said. I think that they're wrapping up spring football, and you watch what goes on, and again, you only get glimpses of it when you cover it from a media standpoint. If you're fortunate enough to be able to go out and watch some of the actual practices, you see a little bit different perspective. But everything that I've heard over there, I think it's been a very spirited spring for East Carolina. I think the new coordinators have already put a big stamp on what they're trying to do. I think you're going to find guys going out there tomorrow trying to earn their spots and trying to earn their place on the depth chart going into the summer and then ultimately going into camp in August. And these guys are going to get after it tomorrow. I think this is their last chance to shine. And for the guys that maybe, I'm not going to say on the bubble of getting, substantial playing time, but those guys like that need to go out there and put a final push on what they've done so far this spring. And maybe that pushes them up the depth chart a little bit, their final chance to get some film. The coaches are going to be studying it, breaking it down, and reviewing the whole spring and watching guys how they progress from day one to tomorrow. And it's one of these things that how competitive it will be and what they actually show to the fans, probably like it's been the last 10 or 15 years over there. They're not going to show a whole lot. But at the same time, from an effort and an attitude and an aggressive standpoint, I think it could be a pretty good game.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Got A-Harp here in the Pirate Radio studios, and Alex talking to the coaches, the assistant coaches on Monday, even talking to a player this midweek, kind of off the record. Sounds like there are a ton of position battles that are going on, will not be solved tomorrow, and will carry on into the fall. And I guess what as a player do you kind of get out of spring ball and the spring game specifically?
Well, spring ball is great for the new guys and the transfers. I like how Coach Ahlers mentioned that, this is a good this is the last opportunity for the guys to showcase what they got before fall camp. But for the new guys and the transfers, this is really like their first experience, kind of getting a little taste of what our fan base and this game day experience is like. So that'll be awesome for that group of guys. But for spring ball itself, it is just do the best you can, keep your head down, and try to make all the plays that you can, because, the negative truth is you probably won't win a job in spring. Right. The best thing that can happen is, the coaches are impressed with what you did, and they'll wait and see how you do in fall camp, but you can lose a job in the spring. So just go out there and, show out, make some plays, and do the best you can, and then get your body and your mind ready for fall camp in August.
Morgan, got Pirate baseball going on this weekend as well. Big series against Wichita State, logjam in the American. UTSA, UAB 8-4. Rice, Wichita State, East Carolina 7-5. So the Pirates can make a move, make some noise this week if they have a good weekend against Wichita State.
Yeah, the Pirates really. This is the point in the season from a baseball standpoint. You got to start getting your ducks in a row, so to speak, and start getting a little momentum going into the home stretch and getting ready for the conference tournament. The Pirates, they've been up and down. We don't know it. It's just a matter now of the Pirates getting out there and trying to get healthy a little bit. And if they can do that, start putting the bat on the ball. And Coach Godwin the other night was not real happy with the effort that they put forth against NC State. I think today's going to be a big day. How do they bounce back from that game? It's a big weekend for East Carolina. This can either keep them at the top, or if they struggle, it's going to put them down mid-pack, and that's nowhere to be, because you get those games if you play middle of the pack baseball to the tournament, that anybody can beat anybody when you want to be up at the top, where maybe you get a little bit of an advantage in that first or second round of the tournament. So big weekend for the Pirates, as you said.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Big weekend for the state of North Carolina pro teams. A-Harp, Caniac. Canes get going Saturday. Hornets trying to play their way into the playoffs. If they can win tonight against the Magic, they will do that. Talked to Brian North earlier, Morgan, about the Hornets and him being at Channel 12 all these years, and did he feel responsibility to show highlights? Nobody. They've been so irrelevant for so long. They've been bad. But I remember as a kid, it was a big deal, right? Getting the NBA franchise in Charlotte, and they had some really, really good years. I think that a major, major blow was them leaving and then coming back as the Bobcats, and I think a lot of people just didn't jump back on board. But man, the arena was rocking the other night. It's good to finally have a relevant team to watch and pull for.
That was one of the last maybe 30 seconds of that game, and I just saw the highlights because I did not watch it, to be real honest with you. But the last 20, 30 seconds of the game was incredible. Yeah. The way that game ended with a blocked shot, and the enthusiasm around that play, and the arena was jumping and rocking. But yeah, when the Hornets left and came back as the Bobcats, it was sort of like, okay. Yeah. You left us once, and we want you to love us again, and it's kind of hard to get into it, to be honest with you. Good luck if they win.
Easy, a lot easier to get behind a winner though, and they're fun to watch right now. And then you got the Canes coming up, A-Harp, on Saturday. By the way, I remember having this discussion where I was like, man, just end the season, just rest the guys, put them in a bubble, whatever. Your take was kind of, hey, no, let's keep winning. Let's get a lot of momentum heading into the playoffs. They were kind of able to do both, right?
Yeah, they did both. And credit to our minor league system, Chicago Wolves. I mean, the last 2 or 3 games, we had all of our core resting, and it was strictly young guys, and they played really good and showed a lot of potential, and it really gives you a positive outlook on the future that even when some of the guys that have been a mainstay on this team, like Jordan Stahl, Jordan Martinook, those guys who are kind of older and maybe on their way out, that even when they're gone, like, we're going to be Cup contenders for the foreseeable future.
Morgan, here's one for you. If the Hornets win tonight, it'll be the first time ever the Canes, Panthers, and Hornets all made the playoffs in the same year.
Wow.
Yeah, tells you how kind of bad it's been.
This one's for North Carolina.
Raise up for Penny
Go on
Pablo.
and raise up.
All right, Morg. Wedding Saturday. What else you doing this weekend?
Wedding Saturday, like I said, up in Elizabeth City. Excited about that. Going to be a pretty big one. And then Sunday, we'll do church in the morning and go over to Peyton's house and help finish his deck that we've been working on.
All right. Well, father-son project. There we go. Morgan, thanks for joining us, man. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Coach.
There is DJ Captain Morgan. Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Turner Home Team live line. Harp, let's see. I'll be obviously watching quarterbacks like everybody tomorrow. I'll be watching Ray. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing a lot about Ray from Miami. Even when Coach Ryan Smith talked about him in the return game, even there, like kicker, punter, return, sounds like there's going to be competitions going on. Running back is a battle that the position coach told me is going to go on into the fall. Tight end, same thing. You also got guys banged up now, which is unfortunate, so you don't get a real taste of the full team. But man, just this is the most unknown ECU football team I've ever been a part of going into a spring game.
It makes you nervous, but it also makes you excited.
Yeah.
Because
the unknown.
But I also really want to see about this defensive line.
Yeah.
The defensive line is interesting to me because I feel like this is the first year that, like, the guard has officially changed from guys that I played with, like Big Tay and Surratt Ware and all those guys are gone, and Raheem Craig, and
it's
going to be a long weekend.
Yeah.
Sam Danka's no longer in the building, so this is a true, at least for me personally, like a true new group for that defensive front. So
I remember tail end of Scotty, beginning of Houston, there was like just stacking D-line commits, and then you'd bring in some from the portal as well. But you're right, it does feel like a little bit of the change in the guard. I love Ryan Rosenborough up front. Like I like him a lot. I think they got some guys that can play. But yeah, that's definitely a position to watch, that D-line versus our O-line. What's our O-line? A bit of a patchwork. You got Bryce Weaver and, coming back, but they're trying to piece some guys in there too.
Bryce Weaver and Panda Askew, you might have two products of Greenville, North Carolina on the front five.
The Conley connection. I like that. Well, take a break. Have more with Harp. Also later on this hour, a Magic and Hornets preview with our guy, Zack Maskavich down in Orlando. All that and more on the way after this timeout.
Hi, I'm sure you heard the bells and whistles next door. We're just securing your neighbor's house with the smart home features like cameras and security.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, hi, yes, I'm Mike with SCI Technologies. Eastern North Carolina's premier security provider. We do fire alarm, audio, video, and security.
Oh, how can you help me?
Give us a call, 252-321-7006 for a complimentary quote, or you can email us at info@sciteks.com.
A new feature menu has arrived at Basil's in Greenville. Basil's new specialty menu is full of great favorable dishes like roast beef melt, creamy beef ziti, chicken hibachi pizza, apple strudel pizza, plus $4.50 margaritas every Tuesday and $3 North Carolina craft beers on Wednesday. Basil's regular menu and favorites are always available for lunch and dinner. Eat local, drink local at Basil's, your community restaurant and pizzeria on Fire Tower Road in Greenville. Basil's, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? How about tighten or lift your skin? Want a smoother skin texture or get rid of brown spots? Combining personalized treatments, expert training, and a deep passion for skin health, Beauty Bar Medi-Spa is dedicated to enhancing your skin and boosting your confidence from the inside out. Contact the licensed professionals for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
The 2026 Mac Bear Hodges Music Festival is back on April 25th starting at 3:30 p.m. Join us for a night of river, rhythm, and blues, all in the heart of downtown Washington. From incredible bands to great food, cold drinks, and good vibes all day long, this is the event you don't want to miss. Bring your friends, bring your family, and come experience the sound, energy, and the legacy of the ultimate ECU Pirate fan, Mac Bear Hodges. Mark your calendar and make plans now. The 2026 Mac Bear Hodges Music Festival, where the music lives on.
Take your family, friends, and kids down to Play It Again Sports this spring sports season. We have all the hottest new equipment for the upcoming softball and baseball season, along with a huge selection of quality used sporting and fitness equipment. Whether you're a golfer, a bike rider, a soccer player, or a fitness enthusiast, we will have exactly what you need. Don't forget to do your spring cleaning and load up all the equipment that you no longer need or doesn't fit. Bring it down to the store and get paid on the spot. Play It Again Sports, across from the Nissan dealership on Greenville Boulevard.
Hey Pirate Nation, warm weather is here and it's time to get back on the boat. And at Stroud's Marine, they're stocked up with over 26,000 pre-owned parts. They got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Stay up to date with the latest deals, parts, and promotions by following them on social media. And as always, their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Remember, they're just around the corner. Stop by the shop at 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. For more information, head to StroudsMarine.com. Strouds Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
When it comes to building or remodeling your home, every detail matters. Hi, this is Kathy Herring with KDL Construction, and we believe great design begins with careful planning and ends with flawless execution. With open communication and a true partnership mindset, we guide you through every step, turning your vision into reality. Our goal, to deliver more than a building project. We create an experience that is seamless, stress-free, and inspiring. Visit KDLConstructionLLC.com to start your transformation today. KDL Construction, your vision, our craft.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Josh Hawkins, former NFL player, and you listen to Pirate Radio, voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers with 2 locations in Greenville at Bells Fork and on Greenville Boulevard, and of course on Railroad Street in Winterville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Charlotte Hornets playing tonight. Shirley, the Wednesday night at OT's, I had a trivia question. I did people from the state of Pennsylvania, and I had a picture of this guard in a Charlotte Sting jersey, who was a 4-time WNBA All-Star and a 3-time NCAA championship coach. Do you know what I'm talking about? Point guard.
For the Charlotte Sting.
So that would have been 90s.
That would be...
She's now a 3-time...
Philly native, Dawn Staley.
There you go, Dawn Staley. Looked good in that Charlotte Sting jersey. Bring back the Sting.
Didn't Dawn Staley almost fight the UConn coach?
Well, she said that she was going to beat his rear. Yes.
Oh.
Well, you know, the thing is that I think it was blown a little. First of all,
well, Gino blew it out of proportion,
and he openly admitted he said, I behaved badly and I shouldn't have. I mean, you're talking about 2 very, very, very competitive people, and Gino hadn't lost all year. And he doesn't like, he does not like to lose, and he threw a temper tantrum, and it just happened to be on the biggest stage, and, you know, everybody saw it, and it wasn't a good look for him, but at the same time, I also see where he was coming from, also see where Dawn was coming from.
After that, I saw a lot of how Pat Summitt and Gino hated each other as well.
Oh yeah,
and that's some pretty cool stuff.
The thing is that Dawn's just slightly. I would say Dawn's slightly more diplomatic when it comes to those types of showdowns, whereas I feel that if Pat Summitt were still alive today, that they would still be yelling at each other 6 inches apart from each other to this day.
I think we need to take notes from the women, like the coaches at the top, like hating each other legitimately. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that part of it. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
I saw
when they're out on their respective benches, they absolutely hate each other. They're friends outside of basketball.
Pat Summitt
Pat Summitt
and
not
Gino
so much.
definitely weren't.
No, but Dawn and Gino, yes.
You know, Candace Parker does a lot of TV now.
And Candace Parker hates Gino.
I can't remember what it was on, but I saw the clip, and they said, you don't like Gino. And she said, Pat Summitt didn't like Gino, so I don't like Gino.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, I'm riding with my coach.
I
hate that man.
Candace has always been, well, I mean, she was a Pat Summitt disciple, and she revered her coach, and to this day still does not like UConn and Gino Auriemma.
Something maybe you can get into, Harp, if the Hornets win tonight, they'll play the Pistons. They had a fight earlier this year. They did not like each other.
I love that.
So maybe something to
I think
check
that's
out.
interesting about pro sports, because in college, maybe less so nowadays, but in college, a lot of time the rivalries were regionally based.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, you're recruiting the same kids, like, you know those guys. But in pro sports, like, the rivalries, I feel like, are just for the fans. Like the Bears and the Packers, for example. I don't think the Bears and the Packers, like, really hate each other like that. The fans do.
Man,
like the Pistons and the Hornets, like that is not like a historic rivalry, but them boys like hate each other for real.
They had the player telling the Pistons coach, who's it, Bickerstaff, don't go shake hands, so they didn't shake hands after the game.
I love that.
I was so
I want to shake his hand.
Shake his hand. I was so upset when I got to the age and realized that Darryl Green didn't hate Michael Irvin as much as I did.
Yeah,
they were probably like friends.
Yeah,
and I was like, man. Like, I want the players, which is why I like taunting in certain cases.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want Frankie Louvu to sack Dak Prescott and get in his face because that fires me up. I want them to not like each other, or at least pretend to not like each other.
So you're a Braves guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Do the Braves, like, genuinely hate anybody? Because, like, the Phillies are you guys' like, rivalry, right? But like, they don't have, like, real beef, do they?
It's more of a...
We're just in the same division.
Because
so,
they're
like,
good.
We want to win.
Yeah. There's the beef that way. Baseball, you know, Red Sox, Yankees, obviously. Well, and there's some California teams that hate each other. But baseball's a little different, I think. All right. We got to get to our Simply Divine Oil and Wine Best of Pirate Radio Live. We'll do that in a few minutes. Anything else on the Canes? So... They're but they're like minus 145 to win tomorrow. I thought it would be a little higher than that.
Yeah, dude. It's the most wonderful time of the year where the national hockey media is now required to talk about the Carolina Hurricanes. And they think that we're boring and we're a small market team. So they think we suck. And
so the Canes' goals went up this year.
Matter of fact,
boring?
So in years past, the boring claim comes from because we play a lot of defense and we pressure teams and we get like team scoring goals and we don't like have a true superstar. The Carolina Hurricanes broke the franchise record for goals in a season. The record, mind you, that was set in 2006 when we hoisted Lord Stanley the last time. So, yeah, that badge of honor of being a boring team is no longer the case.
Who bothers you, worries you, concerns you in the Eastern Conference other than the Lightning? Anybody else you don't want to see?
The Lightning was going to be my answer. Buffalo is concerning to me only because like I don't really like know what they have. They kind of just like accidentally became good like in the second half of the season and just would not lose games. They kind of like muscled out games. Tage Thompson in Buffalo is like really good. That's a name people might recognize. But they just got a lot of grinders and they just figured out how to win games.
I love NBA playoff crowd and Stanley Cup crowds and in the postseason, and Buffalo has been starving. I will definitely be tuning in 7:30 Sunday night for their opener.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because that's another reason. That Buffalo fan base, I mean, I'm not a huge NFL guy, as been documented on the show, but every time I watch a Bills game, the Bills Mafia goes nuts for their team, and they love hockey up there, but they've had nothing to be happy about for years. And now,
well, they got no basketball, baseball to fall back on. So they got Buffalo getting to the playoffs and not winning, and then the Sabres have been bad. So they are starving.
Yeah, I'm like you, though. I want to watch their game one on TV because that place is going to be lit up like a Christmas tree.
Alex, I know you and Nick talked about the Avalanche in the West, who are they the best team in the league, would you say?
Colorado is a machine.
Yeah.
Colorado's a machine. They have both depth and star power. Like, Cale Makar is like the face of the league right now with Connor McDavid. Like, he's on the cover of the NHL games. Like, that guy's legitimately one of the best in the world. And, like, their fourth line is as good as some teams' second and third line. They are deep.
For some reason, I always take the Oilers to make the Stanley Cup or win the Stanley Cup.
It's just an attractive pick, and also because they do have Connor McDavid, a.k.a. McJesus, as people call him. Like, it's understandable why one would pick Edmonton to go.
All right, what is the Canes goaltender situation heading into the playoffs?
So we don't know a starter yet. So in the past, when I've come on this show, the whole storyline of the season is the emergence of Brandon Bussey as a really, really good goaltender. And post Olympic break, he is
cooled off.
Cooled off is a term to use. He has become, I guess, why he's 27 years old and just now getting his first NHL spot back. But Freddie Anderson has a history of getting injured and also not playing his best in the big moments. So you have two goaltenders who both can be really good. The good news is, though, I think Carolina, for once, has the capability to outscore their problems. Right. The defense is going to be good. It will always be good under Brendan Moore. But now we have the goal scoring ability where we can steal a game. If we are on the road and we get down 2-0 early, like in the past couple of years, if we're on the road and we're down 2-0, the game's over. Like, you can turn the TV off. That's not the case anymore. But in terms of goaltender, they haven't announced a starter. I'm leaning we see Frederik Andersen in net again. But I can promise you we will see more than one goaltender in these playoffs.
Alex Harper joining us. Harp, we've had a good week here on Pirate Radio. Let's go through the Simply Divine Oil and Wine Best of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirates are champions. Maddie Lamb, cheerleading coach at ECU, joined us yesterday on the show, talked about the type of athletes they look for and the recruiting process, if there is one.
Cheer has evolved so much since when I cheered here, and it's starting to become more of a recruiting process. We don't fully recruit, we don't sign anybody before tryouts, but you're starting to see more people, the same athletes coming to your same clinics that you have going on, and you're starting to become more familiar with each athlete before tryouts come. So I think that has definitely helped. But yeah, you're looking at what kind of tumbling skills and how good of a flyer, base, or back spot, or guys that can co-ed stunt. A lot of our guys have never cheered a day in their life, and we have to teach them. But guys are so needed in cheerleading. You'll watch all these colleges, and the guys are phenomenal. They're so strong, but majority of them played a different sport.
Right. Hey, Harp, ever think of getting into cheerleading?
I believe I'm washed up.
I mean, in your younger days. But,
my younger? No, absolutely not.
Yeah. But congratulations.
But I respect the hustle.
Heck yeah.
And the position.
Carter Cunningham has hit a home run in 3 straight games. That includes last night after talking to us yesterday on Pirate Radio Live. Actually struggled in spring ball a little bit and in spring training. But talked about what has changed when he talked to us yesterday.
Yeah, appreciate you bringing that up. I'm kidding. No, it's kind of the way the game has gone. I certainly don't want to strike out 136 times this season. So it's just a matter of, I think, just committing to a plan, to an approach, and executing it when you go up to the plate. I had a good talk with the hitting department with the Blue Jays, and they actually told me they really don't care about the strikeouts. They actually want me to go slug. They want me to hit doubles, triples, homers. So they're willing to sacrifice some strikeouts. I mean, already this season I've gone up to the plate and watched 3 pitches and got back on the bench because I get the pitch that I wanted.
Yeah.
It's just you live and die by the sword. So I'm good with it. They're good with it. Obviously, like I said, don't want to strike out. I'm not going up there hoping to strike out. It's just part of the game. Go out there and compete.
Carter Cunningham is on a tear right now. Another dinger last night. And we talked to Tommy Eason earlier this week. Had him on the show for the first time.
Shout out to Coach Tommy.
This baseball season. And with all his success he's had, asked him why he chose to stay in Greenville and at Pitt Community College all these years.
Because I just built a house. And so, no, it was, Eastern North Carolina's kind of been my home. And I had traveled the United States throughout my, even East Carolina career and professional career. It's always been a comfort here, and I enjoyed, Eastern North Carolina. So, yeah, I had some opportunities at some bigger schools and, honestly decided that I wanted to, keep my roots in Eastern North Carolina. And, the beautiful thing about staying with the state of North Carolina is, that shorter time for retirement. And at the end of the day, being able to find something else I enjoy to do.
Such a understated. We're talking about a Hall of Famer, 6th round pick by the Phillies, like all the wins, and is the most normal dude you'll ever talk to.
Yeah, I'm staying at Pitt Community College because I just built a house. But something to think about, Coach. You built a house in Greenville. You could come back home and be on staff at ECU.
Yeah, it sounds like he said he's got a few years left in him, a couple years, and I think he said something about being on the water or something. I don't know if he wants to continue it, but I don't know what that talk means. Him into it.
Oh, like he wants to retire soon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kept mentioning 30 years in the state of North Carolina a lot during the interview. So he's got his plan.
So brother is tired. He is exhausted.
Harp, appreciate you joining us. How long or short does this Ottawa Carolina series go? How many games?
I think Ottawa is sneaky good. They are the Florida Panthers light version.
I don't like hearing that.
Well, they play the same style. They have a Kachuk brother as their captain, but they don't play nearly as well as Florida, obviously. They also have Linus Allmark as their number 1 goaltender, who has been historically dominated by Carolina. So I'm leaning Canes in 5, but I think Ottawa gets 1 on the road, and I think we lose 1 that we aren't supposed to. I think Canes in 6.
Canes in 6. On the way home, stop by Simply Divine Oil and Wine. You and your lady like to cook. Got great gourmet olive oils. You also like a glass of wine, I'm sure. You can find that as well. Kimberly and her expert team at Simply Divine Oil and Wine are ready to help you find the perfect fit for wines, olive oils, everything in between. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram for fun upcoming events such as monthly wine tastings along with trivia every Thursday. Simply Divine Oil and Wine. Elevate your pour. That is located in Arlington Village. We'll take a break. Our old friend Zack Maskavich joins us from Orlando when we return. Pirate Radio Live after this.
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
Attention Eastern North Carolina. This April, it's time to upgrade and save at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Got a lease ending soon? Pull ahead now and we'll waive your last 2 payments when you get into a new ride. Drive today and don't make a payment for 90 days on select models. Plus, score 0% financing on select Jeeps, Rams, and more. Or take advantage of thousands in bonus cash and we'll cover your North Carolina state tax. Inventory is in stock and ready to go. But these offers won't last. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Your home for unbeatable deals. Drive a little, save a lot.
Looking for the perfect bottle of wine or something a little more unique? Discover Simply Divine Oil and Wine in Arlington Village. With a huge selection of hand-picked wines and gourmet olive oils, there's something for every taste. Not sure what to choose? Kimberly and her expert team are always ready to guide you, answer your questions, and help you find your new favorite. Join the fun with wine tastings twice a month or test your knowledge at trivia every Thursday. Follow Simply Divine Oil and Wine on Facebook and Instagram to stay in the know. Simply Divine Oil and Wine. Elevate your pour.
You know Pip Printing for custom printing and marketing, but do you know they also do custom apparel? Need a company store for your employees, team, or just to sell your custom apparel online? Pip has the team in place to get that up and running for you in no time. Come into our store at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville and check out the clearance sale on jackets and coats. Brands by Cutter & Buck, Gildan, and Carhartt with some items as low as $10. At Pip, we do a lot more than you think. Call or come out to see the We Do people at Pip Printing.
Plan your spring getaway to the Crystal Coast with exclusive savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Save 15% with our Beaufort Spring Getaway, available through May 31st. Explore Cape Lookout's beautiful beaches and the wild horses of Shackelford Banks. Enjoy waterfront dining at the award-winning 34 Degrees North restaurant with no advance deposit and free cancellation up to 48 hours before arrival. Planning is easy. Book now at BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
Phelps Chevrolet is the dealer to see for a car or a truck or an SUV. The best service and quality. That's the Phelps guarantee. Phelps Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Phelps Chevrolet, you can count on us. The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get your one. This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Pirate Nation, don't miss a second of the action. Download the free Pirate Radio app today and take us with you wherever you go. Listen live to all of your favorite shows or catch up anytime with archive content like a lot of our interviews that we had this week. We just did our Simply Divine Oil and Wine Best of PRL, Tommy Eason, Maddie Lamb. All of those are up on our Pirate Radio app. It's everything you love about Pirate Radio right in your pocket. Just search Pirate Radio in your app store and download it now. And a quick Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update. Not much of an update. There's no score yet, but South Florida and East Carolina are playing at Max R. Joyner Family Stadium in a big-time American Conference matchup. South Florida in first place, undefeated in the conference. No score as of yet. We are in the third inning. Clip.
Also, Pirate Mitch points out, Shirley, you talked about it during the break, Harold Varner in the lead in Mexico City. Says hopefully he'll be back in the PGA soon. And adds it is on YouTube if you want to see HV3. Our best interview of the week was probably not sports related. Check out Ellerby and Sam Jones on YouTube. Sam Jones was on the this week's episode of Top Chef So you can check that out at Pirate Radio TV. All right, Hornets Magic. I always look for an excuse to talk to our old buddies in the sports media. And Zack Maskavich down in Orlando is covering the Magic, and we had a chance to catch up earlier today. All right, joining us on Pirate Radio Live, our old friend Zack Maskavich down in Orlando, WESH, and talk a little Magic, Hornets, and more. Zack, good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Clipper, always a great time to jump on Pirate Radio with you.
Man, I had the idea. I put it out to you and Alex Walker TV to try to get a little three-way going here. But it's, I guess, wedding season. You guys are in that sweet spot when it comes to friends' weddings, getting married. So he's got a wedding or something going on.
Yeah, Alex always finds a good excuse to jump on a plane and fly out of beautiful, sunny Florida.
Do you mind sharing your personal life with us, Zack? You got a big day coming up soon, right?
Yeah, I'm getting married June 5th, so 49 days away. I know that because my fiance wanted to celebrate our 50 days out yesterday. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to it. She's a reporter down here in Florida. She works at the Fox affiliate. We've been dating for like 5.5 years now. So it's about time to make this thing real.
Zack Maskavich settling down. Gotta love
Who'da
it.
thunk?
Man. Who'da thunk it? All right, Zack, let's talk. So the Magic Hornets tonight, winner goes to the playoffs, loser goes home, obviously. There is a national narrative on Orlando that the coach is on his way out. There's a unspecified star that doesn't like the coach and wants out if the coach is brought back. The house is falling. Everything's brown. Like, is that just kind of a narrative put on the team, or is somebody there? Is it really burning? Is the building burning there?
It's definitely not going well from a vibe standpoint. They had such expectations coming into the season, going and trading 4 picks to get Desmond Bane. That was supposed to be the fix with Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, but the injury plague bit the Magic again this year. Franz Wagner missed a ton of games. Paolo missed some games earlier in the season, and the main crew of guys just didn't play that much together. They dropped a lot of winnable games, and then the last week or two of the season, they had a chance to lock up the 5 seed and be, well out of the play-in tournament. They just kept losing games they shouldn't have lost. I think the Raptors beat them by like 53 points one game. They lost to the Celtics backups 2 games ago. They went up to Philadelphia in the play-in game the other day and obviously did not look good in that game either. Paolo Banchero and Desmond Bane combined for 11 turnovers, I think. Now, Desmond Bane had a very good game, scored 31 points, but at times it seems like Paolo looks disinterested, looks like he just doesn't want to be there. And, you talk to him, and he's not a very charismatic, high energy guy when you talk to him, even when things are going good, but it just seems like it's really bad. And the body language just isn't there. And something's got to change. I was just at shoot around, about an hour ago, and I asked Jamal Mosley, what he thinks about all the talking heads that say Paolo doesn't have the buy-in right now. And, he was like, well, I don't watch any of that, typical coach answer. He's like, I just know the guy that I have that comes in and works every day. And he also didn't really say that his buy-in is 100% there. He just kind of gave a very political answer but that's, it's kind of what you expect. But yeah, I think Jamal Mosley's most likely done this year. He's a super nice guy. Really like working with him. But the results just haven't come. The last 2 seasons have been kind of a disappointment based off of expectations. And the franchise is going to have to choose Paolo Banchero over the coach when they just signed him to a max contract that kicks in next year. So, something's got to change, and hopefully the Magic get it figured out, but we'll see.
Jarrett, you have a good basketball question. Give me 1 second, though, because Zack famously asked Scotty Montgomery, I'll paraphrase, but it was something like, do you deserve to keep your job, I believe? Was that it, Zack? Did you ask that to Coach Mosley earlier today?
I did not. I think I asked Scotty Montgomery after they had lost to JMU and then North Carolina A&T in back-to-back years if he deserves to be the head coach of this university.
The answer was no. I can't remember the answer he gave, but Jarrett, what do you got?
I just wanted to know what you saw at shoot-around earlier today, because they were in that game with the Sixers, but it just seemed like it fell apart at the end, and Paolo had no confidence in that game.
Yeah. So shoot around, they don't really let us see much of it. They let us come in for like the last 3 minutes, and it's usually just guys getting up shots. But they did seem a little upbeat. Some guys were laughing and joking around with each other. But yeah, Paolo's confidence last game was something I've never seen before. He was passing up open shots, trying to dribble too much, dribbling off his foot. He would see guys open and like hesitate to pass to him. So I don't know what was going on there. We didn't get a chance to talk to Paolo earlier today. We talked to Wendell Carter Jr. and Desmond Bain, but those guys were trying to say that we know what's at stake. We're glad we're at home. Everybody on this team has the same goal. We want to go out and win this game and go take on Detroit. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's that confidence thing or just lack of effort that's inexcusable. These guys are getting paid way too much money. We've asked them that when they look like they're down in the dumps or sad, look like they don't want to be there, and they've all said like we do get paid way too much money. We can't go out and do that. So we'll see what happens. And I also asked them about the momentum factor because Charlotte's obviously riding high after their win, their dramatic win over the Heat, and then the Magic are kind of limping into this game after losing to the Celtics and then the 76ers. And they said momentum doesn't really matter. We're used to this kind of thing every single game. But, I think it's going to matter with their attitudes because I think Charlotte's playing with house money, just coming in, trying to be that young, scrappy team that they are. And then the Magic are just kind of feeling sorry for themselves. So it'll be interesting. I could see this game literally going any way. I could see a Magic big win. I could see a Hornets big win. I could see this game coming down to the final minute.
Zach, from an injury perspective, Moussa Diabate is questionable, left hip flexor. We saw the collision with Wendell Carter and Franz Wagner towards the end of the Sixers game. What's the Orlando injury report looking like?
Yeah, Franz Wagner came back into that game, so I'm assuming he's good to go. They didn't really mention how he was feeling. Jonathan Isaac is the only one that is questionable, but he doesn't really see the floor too much as it is. So other than that, the Magic are completely healthy. So that's what they're banking on. That they got all their weapons, the guns loaded. They just got to see if they can go out and make it happen.
Man, one great thing about the NBA postseason is the crowds, and we got to see it the other night in Charlotte. They were at a fever pitch, seeing their Hornets host a postseason game for the first time in 10 years. Will there be a similar atmosphere in Orlando? I know folks get excited about postseason basketball, Zach, but has the temperament of the team affected the mood of the fans down there?
Yeah, they're definitely upset. I've seen on Twitter people saying, we're not going to this game. Then I've seen people, I'm going to boo them, but I'm still going to go, So I don't know what's going to happen. If they come out and lay an egg, I know it's not going to be a happy farewell to them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But Clipper, you got to get that Hornets songwriter on.
Wait, which one?
You see that viral video of that guy
talking about that dude? Yeah.
You got to get him on.
All right, good guest idea. Let me jot that down. Zach, while we got you here, so I don't know if I thought it was an April Fool's prank or if I just hadn't picked up a newspaper in a while. It might have been when I actually went to Jersey and I was away, but I saw a headline that said the Jaguars were moving to Orlando. I was like, what did I miss? Is this a joke? But it's a temporary deal, I guess, while they're building a stadium. So what does that mean for you and the team there at Wesh, Zach? You'll be covering more NFL right in your backyard?
Yeah, so the Jaguars are doing a big renovation to their stadium where they won't be able to play in it for a year in 2027. So they're going to come down and play at Camping World Stadium in Orlando where they have, bowl games every year and stuff like that. Seats about 60,000 people for a football game. And so we're going to get the Jaguars in our backyard, and that's going to be awesome. Our station has a contract with the Bucks that we carry all their preseason games. So we still go to Tampa quite a bit, but that's about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. It'll be nice to have a team in our backyard. And then there's rumors that the Bucks want to renovate their stadium in 28. So the Bucks might come play in Orlando in 28. That's still just a rumor. They're still trying to get a baseball franchise here. The Rays stadium deal's a mess. So they're trying to lure the Rays to move over, across I-4 to Orlando. So we could have big things on the horizon.
Damn. Zach, you grew up kind of going to where the sports are. Now they're just coming to you. So that's pretty damn cool.
They see me. They're like, we want to be there.
Let's get a Zach sports update. How the O's doing? We're carrying O's baseball here on Pirate Radio. Around 500? or something.
Yeah, I think they just dropped below 500 yesterday. The Guardians rather took them to the 9th inning with a no-hitter, and then they were up. Cleveland was up 4-0, and then the Orioles made a valiant comeback. They had the tying run on second. Samuel Basayo hit a sharp grounder to second. The second base made a great diving play to end the game. So they were right there to try to make a great comeback. But yeah, it's baseball season, so my heart's about to be broken one way or another.
How'd you feel about the Harbaugh situation with the Ravens?
Yeah, that was another one that just needed to happen probably a couple of years ago.
All right. So
but I like Jesse Minter. They hear a lot of good things about him, so hopefully he turns around. I like the new jerseys they put out yesterday. I think those are pretty sweet looking. Your Commanders got some cool jerseys too.
Yeah, well, that's just the old jerseys. Yeah, but yeah,
they look better.
They'll look like the team I grew up watching. I'll be able to identify them on television now.
There you go. That's
let's wrap it up with Zach. Any Hornets magic before we let Zach go? Jared, what are you looking forward to tonight?
I think you just got to let Paolo shoot. I mean, just from what I saw on Wednesday night, leave him wide open.
Do they need to leave Con Knipple wide open? Because he can't make a shot right now.
I think the Hornets are going to rely heavily on the vets like Kobe White, like Josh Green, like Grant Williams, guys who have kind of been in these spots before. But I think it's a big Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges night.
Yeah. It's a fun team to watch, Zach. I think you'll enjoy seeing this group of Hornets. You probably know about them, but yeah, they're fun out there, man.
Yeah, as long as LaMelo Ball's not grabbing people's ankles, it should be a fun game.
Are you going to be under the basket filming? If so, be careful because that's
no. They make us film up top, but
you're in a Rodman situation there on the baseline.
Me and LaMelo just square up.
Great to catch up with you, buddy. Glad to see you're doing well, and we'll talk again down the road, man.
All right, Clipper, you're the man. Thanks for having me.
All right, good to talk to Zack Maskavich, formerly of WNCT Channel 9 here in Greenville, now down in Orlando doing big things. And about to get married, Shirley. Our little redhead boy is grown up.
Our little redheaded stepchild is getting married?
Never thought I'd see the day.
Hell has frozen over.
Let's take our last break. We'll come back, get ready to wrap things up on a Friday after this timeout.
Pirate Fest is back, presented by the City of Greenville and the Downtown Greenville Partnership. Come experience all the family fun Saturday, April 25th in downtown Greenville on 1st Street. It's all happening 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. with a variety of food, drinks, and unique vendors. Plus, of course, pirates. And you can enjoy awesome music from September, the top Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band in the country, and spare change. And as always, our entertainment is free. It's legendary. It's award-winning. It's Pirate Fest. April 25th, downtown Greenville.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers. Burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arr!
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. Ready to save money on your current automobile loan? Right now our road to savings couldn't be faster. At First Flight we're making borrowing easy with our limited time auto refinance promotion. Apply today at one of our branches located in Greenville, Newbern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary to see how one of our experienced lenders can beat your current auto loan rate by 0.5%. All local residents are membership eligible. Terms and conditions do apply. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't gamble with just any roofer. Trust the pros at the Boone Group Roofing. Locally owned by Toot Boone, they've been serving all of Eastern North Carolina with honest, high-quality roofing you can count on. They offer no money down, and every job is backed by a 5-year workmanship warranty because your roof should be done right the first time. Don't wait. Call today at 252-714-0021 for a roof that's built to last and service you can trust. The Boone Group Roofing is on top of their game.
The Toot Boone Boogie.
Ready to take the road less traveled? This April, get behind the wheel of a new 2026 Subaru Forester base at Capital Subaru of Greenville. Lease it for $269 a month for 36 months. That's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive, or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru of Greenville, a proud official partner of the ECU Pirates. Price does not include licensing costs or registration fees. See dealer for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2026.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
This is Xavier Smith, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dow closed out the week on a good note. They were up 868 points and closed at 49,447. The NASDAQ was up 365 points and finished at 24,468, and the S&P was up 84 points and finished out the week at 7,126. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Cliff.
All right, back with you, wrapping it up. Coming up Monday, recap the spring game, obviously. Wade Minter, PA announcer. Carolina Hurricanes will join us to talk some hockey. Emory Hunt, CBS Sports HQ, breaks down football at every level. We'll talk NFL draft with him and maybe some spring reports, get to know some of the teams and the big moves that were made in the portal this year. So we'll talk some football with Emory Hunt. This will be fun, Shirley. We were contacted. Hey, if you got guest ideas, send them to Pirate Radio, because sometimes we can accommodate those. So Shirley, our Pirate Radio feed was contacted by somebody who knew Shane Perry, close to Shane Perry, and we were able to get his number. So Shane played football here, now working in NASCAR, and will be the Jackman at the truck race and at the Cup Series race this weekend. And we'll plan to talk to him sometime next week. So that'd be cool. Well, a lot of great Pirates in NASCAR. So that'd be fun.
Yeah, and we're also hopefully going to try to track down Trace Baker, who is a South Central High School graduate, went to UNCW, and is from the Greenville area. He's also in the Blue Jays organization, just recently got promoted to the Vancouver Canadians, which is where Carter Cunningham is playing. And hopefully we're going to be able – they're going to be traveling on Monday, so we're hoping we can get him on the phone, but we're going to try to get Trace on Monday.
Awesome. We'll be checking in with minor leaguers throughout their season. Had Carter on this week, Josh Groves a couple weeks ago, so we'll be checking in. Shirley does a great job keeping up to date with what's going on with our minor leaguers. I like the little feature we've added, Pirates in the Pros, the montage, and it's a good segment, but we need the guys to perform for that to be a segment, and man, are they performing at the major league and minor league level.
Yeah, no kidding. And speaking of which, of course, the Orioles will have all of those games this weekend. The Orioles play the Guardians, and Big Gavin will be pitching tomorrow night, or tomorrow's game, which our coverage begins at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon.
Gavin Williams, indeed. 6:10 first pitch, 5:30. Orioles and Guardians. Gavin, 2-1, 2.38 ERA this year, pitching great. All right, that'll wrap it up for this Friday. For Shirley Rhodes and intern Mackay, I am Clip Brock. We'll talk to you Monday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Check out X, Instagram, Facebook this weekend for our spring football and ECU baseball coverage, and we'll see you Monday. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great time.